followed behind. Tiny insects appeared in the haze. The scales of injustice were born on our shoulders, etched in the deep of our minds. The procession winds on through the streets of the towns till the people join on from behind. The staff of Hermes, it glistens in sunlight and lost our hope to be found. The hand of Sebastius, it blesses us all, passing judgment on the faithful souls. A union with Zeus in the form of a snake, and Sebastius' hand brings rebirth. Afterlife beckons to all the believers. A nice thought, but I have my doubts. Fear etched on faces, manipulate phases. You're against it or you're on this side. Carefully created to form the illusion of something that's not of this earth. I want to believe for my own immortality. Given the choice, I just can't. The hand of Sebastius, it blesses us all, passing judgment on the faithful souls. A union with Zeus in the form of a snake, and Sebastius' hand brings rebirth. Winds on through the streets of the towns, and the people join on from behind. The staff of Hermes, it glistens in sunlight and lost our hope to be found. The hand of Sebastius, it blesses us all, passing judgment on the faithful souls. A union with Zeus in the form of a snake, and Sebastius' hand brings rebirth. dropping acid rain. Mississippi mystic here to stay. Hero, phantom, Uberman. It's over, man. Elohim, entomologist. Cryptozoologist. Esoteric archaeologist.
Oh, good morning, everybody. That was a long enough intro. We don't need to play a Gray Pilled intro after that one. Good morning and welcome back to the Gray Pilled Podcast. Another episode of Esoteric Book Review, Gods of the Morning Wood. Nick, I'm sorry. That was a lot of music. I needed to wake up.
I got to play something harder than that, man. That shit was weak if you were trying to wake up.
What? Oh, not well. I could play black metal and stuff. You really want to do that? I don't want to do that to our audience.
Play some Slayer.
All right, dude. Be careful what you ask for.
That other shit that start growing vaginas. Listening to that music.
Hey, dude, we're waking up. Yeah. We're waking up, and
the Gods of the Morning Wood. Good morning.
We have our morning wood. Rat isn't here yet. Looks like his wood isn't rising yet. So I have to wait. I found someone on. I found one of the Gods of the Morning Wood on Twitter yesterday. Let me pull this up before we get started. Hope everybody's having a good morning, grand rising, happy Souls Day. Is that day of the week? Yeah. Saw somebody post this yesterday, and I said this guy is definitely a God of the Morning Wood. Let's take a look. Probably Sir Nunos, maybe even Pan. I said, def a God of the Morning Wood. I need to get something like this for Headless for Christmas next year. Yeah. He would. I think he would put it on his, next to him. I mean, I would too. Hell, I'd put it right there behind me. This little dick, everything, and that's incredible.
Is that a keychain holder? What is that? A ring holder?
Oh, dude, it's just a statue.
Okay.
Anyway, thought that'd be fun to share.
Keychain holder.
Don't know if anybody tuned in last night. We watched Mandy. I decided to do that at about 10:30, and it was fun. It was fun. Almost turned into Naptillion by the end, but we got through. It was a good stream. Thank you everyone who donated. We are like $50 away. I think 49 even from our monthly goal of 322. We got 2, maybe 3 shows today. So maybe we can hit it before the end of the month, and I can send these sticker packs out. I can have some extra money to go buy some more stamps and whatnot to send out to all you guys on Patreon. Another way, if you want to support the show, is patreon.com/GrayPillPodcast. This will be going straight to Patreon afterwards. We just stream it live and then make it private. Today, we are reading it. I think part 2 on occult symbolism of animals, one of my favorite treatises by Manly P. Hall. And then another Manly P. Hall book, The Adepts in the Western Esoteric Traditions, one of the many volumes. That he also has a lot in the Eastern esoteric traditions. I have a couple other ones on here, but this one's so long, we're going to have to get through it first. A lot of people to talk about. I think last time we talked about Dante Alighieri, a guy who wrote Dante's Inferno, and his connection to these orders of the quest, and the role he kind of played in his literature and whatnot. I believe this next chapter is the Holy Grail. So that's fitting. If you've been watching for the last couple months, we watched Excalibur, the 1981 movie. I think it's 81. I hope it's 81. We've been reading about the Orders of the Quest and the Arthurian legends. There was a whole chapter actually on Arthur Pendragon himself and his father Uther. But like I said, Rat's not here. I know he has to work today, but Mandy is scary. Yes, it's very like a psychedelic fever dream. Fucking great soundtrack. I was going to play one of the songs from that Jeremiah Sands guy. It sounds like fucking Manson's music, basically. You know what I'm talking about, Subliminal? Have you seen Mandy?
No, I got glimpses of it last night. I was out with the family.
You should watch it, man.
I'm sitting at.
This is the second time that I watched it. I noticed a lot of stuff in it. Didn't notice before, like that horn of Abraxas, I think that they blow, and then these fucking like biker demons come out of the fog and do their bidding for them. They give them this thing to drink, and I thought it was blood, but then I'm pretty sure it's like LSD. Yeah, just straight liquid LSD. These guys were drinking out of a fucking mason jar. Which is terrifying. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. I mean, 30 hits on some gummies is enough, you know. But, you know, hey, who's counting? All right. Anyway, so I guess when Rat shows up, he'll be here. If not, I think he has to work, so we'll excuse him this time if he can't make it. But Subby, which book did you want to start? Nick.
I think we might have to spin.
What's up? Well, hold on. What? We might have to spin. What do you mean?
For the animals. I can't find it. I can't find a file for it.
No, we can't do that. We can't do that.
Unless you want me to just put pictures of cats and stuff while you read it. Cats and frogs.
It was under the Secret Teachings of All Ages thing. You don't remember?
I have that.
It was like an excerpt from that, and it was everything that's in the physical book I have. But I was reading out let me get my book, I guess. No, because we gotta no, can't do that.
No, sir.
If we have to, we have to.
Okay, I have the Internet Archive then.
That's fine. What was it last time? What we do? Fish and reptiles, or was it insects and reptiles?
I don't remember.
Is this the second one?
I don't think we did insects though.
You don't think we did insects?
I don't think so. No.
We do birds.
Reptiles, birds. Because the file on well, we might have done it because the file on Sacred Text only has part 1 is fish, insects, animals, reptiles, and birds. Just the title, and then insects, reptiles, and then we have to go to part 2. So I don't know if we went this far.
I think we did
sacredtext.com.
I think we did insects and reptiles.
There's the phoenix on here.
Huh?
Remember covering the phoenix? The phoenix is on here. Do you remember covering the phoenix?
Did we cover the phoenix? I've covered the phoenix like 10 times by myself. We may have.
Sacred bull, Arapis. I don't think we got to page 2.
We didn't cover the mammals. Let's see. I can go back real fast. Let me go back and see. Because this is part 2, isn't it? We've done we've done so many of these by now. Oh my God, we have. We've done over 50. Oh my God, it's a lot of Saturday mornings dedicated to let's see. Gods of the Morning Wood, Valsanga, Adepts. Let me find occult symbolism of animals.
I think we got a rant, but I can't see it.
Oh, we got a Rumble rant. Wait a minute. $20 from Stacks Farmstead. Stacks.
I'm gonna come.
He says, "This is to break the ice. Give Jules money."
Yeah.
Stacks. I appreciate it, man. I'm hoping by this time next year I'll be streaming every day, full time. Fingers crossed. We got plans in the works. See what the gods of the morning would have in favor for us. Subliminal.
What's up?
What do you like to do, man?
You want to spin again?
We can. Let me say hello.
Because we got double Manly P. Hall this morning.
Stella, good morning. Morning. Still. Adrenochrome. All right. Hamburglar. Good morning. Scott. Stole Rat last night. I will not be returning him. Oh no, I don't want to hear about what you did with Rat. Yeah. If it's anything what you and Q do to each other, I don't want to hear. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Donna, good morning. Got some more people filing in here. Cosmic Samurai, good morning. Stacks, thank you for the $20. We'll go ahead and put that. But Subliminal, I mean, if we need to spend, then we can. But You don't have that.
Stella.
Oh, Nick. I think you got
What's up?
I'd say Nick got a super chat.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Oh,
Stella,
shit, look at
thank
that.
you.
Oh, fuck.
See, man?
That's what's up. Nice.
I know. Thank you, Stella. We can spin again if you want to. I mean, look, we're going to read adepts. So, I mean, I guess if you can't find the file, that sucks. I had it under a completely different tab, like a completely different thing of tabs, and it got deleted when my computer updated. That or my wife got on here and used it and closed it out. I don't know what happened, but we did have it. We did have it. Or maybe Rat had it, you know, I don't know, but let's go ahead and put this on here. Again, thank you, Stacks and Donna. Thank you. All right, guys, let's stop that. Oh my God, dude. Yeah, it's Sunday morning, as you all know. So yeah, just give us a second to get this going. All right. Subliminal. I'm gonna pull this wheel up. I guess since you can't find. Hope you're not hijacking the show right now, dude.
Oh, I would never.
I'm just fucking-
This show? No, I would never hijack it.
He wants us fitting in. He didn't want to do occult symbolism of animals. Could read it from the physical book, but that wouldn't be fun.
Oh, Box Saga.
What is this? Who?
Psychic power.
Is that headless?
That sounds like a headless.
I think that's headless. We'll spin
I never
again.
heard of that.
Yeah, there's 2 or 3 books on here that are headless. They have to have headless here too.
That's funny.
I know, right? He's become such a part of this show.
Ball
Holy
cycle.
shit! Are we really gonna read the ball cycle? Yo, let's go. Do you have a Ugaritic PDF? Subliminal? Because I don't.
No, dude. All right, Ugaritic Ball Cycle Volume 2 from the LDS, the Ugaritic Ball Cycle Volume 2 from the LDS Scripture Teachings website. That's what I found.
Okay.
Top hit.
Do you want to do that? It's on you. You're co-host.
Co-host.
Obviously.
Let me see if I can find anything. Research on the ball cycle, textual matters, Bible syntax of the ball cycle.
It's been a while since I've read that or even looked at it, to be honest with you.
Define geography and family relations in the ball cycle. Here, take a peek.
I'll come back to the Canaanite pantheon, and little did I know. Yes, I would. I have a Sitchin book that like he explains like a lot of the mythologies in there and links like how they're linked to the Sumerian directly to the Sumerian mythologies. Same deities completely. That's where you get the same deities, different names.
Let's see. Looks like a whole lot of information in here.
Same archetypes. Well, just for the fuck of it.
The abodes of the gods.
Yes. Yeah, dude, you're cooked. You're cooked, dude. I mean, the will has spoken. So unless we read the ball cycle,
yeah,
we got to find occult symbolism of animals. We can start with adepts if you want to.
We can do this. I got to jump out at 9, so whatever you want to do, we got to do fast. This is relevant because they just burnt a statue of Baal, like 2 weeks ago. Iran, and they just got bombed like 2 days ago or a day ago. So this is relevant.
Yeah, we talked about that on Veritas Road last night.
The Baal,
well, no,
Baal boys,
Baal, but just all this shit going on now. Are you guys only doing Canaanite gods? What do you mean still? Oh no! Well, when you look at the Ugaritic text, it's it's usually the stories in that pantheon around that time in that area. Um, it's the darkest, like the darkest archetype of some of these beings that you're going to see is in those stories, in my opinion, because it quite literally is a bunch of jealous gods, like trying to overthrow each other.
Was it a protest or a mock sacrifice?
I don't know. I
Where
think
they
it was
burned
a little bit of both, maybe. Anyway, let's pull up adepts. I have where we left off. Well, unless you want to start with this. Do you want to start with this?
Yeah, I can start with this. We gotta time it though, 9 o'clock, and then you're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to dip out, so you have to time manage me.
Not 9 o'clock would be in an hour and a half, right?
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to spend an hour and a half. I hope not.
On the ball cycle?
On the ball, yeah, on the ball cycle.
It's long. It's like quite long.
Yeah. Well, let's just
define time.
Let's see where we.
Yeah. Let me get started.
Can you send me that in the chat?
Fuck up and just let you.
Is there a link for that online?
Yeah. Hold on. I'll toss it in the private chat. This is from the LDS Church, so they like to.
Oh really?
It says it's the first thing that came up. LDSScriptureTeachings.org. All right, here we go. Introduction. Semitic material, including the Bible. The following sketch begins with an examination, the geography of the gods and their abodes. This will be followed by analysis of the Ugaritic concepts of the divine family and its inner workings. The abodes of the gods. The action of. I guess we need photos. Let me see if they have the diagrams. Nope.
Great.
You want to find another one? The action 1.3 and 1.4 takes place in numerous locales, but primarily at the abodes of the various deities who play the major roles in the story. Tablet 1.3 opens at Baal's home on Mount Sapan. Shifts in column 2 to Anat's abode in her mountain. Let me see what I can find.
I'm sorry. That's
what's up?
Mount Zaphon. There you go. Baal Zaphon.
What names?
It's one of many balls.
Balls.
Ball cycle. It'd be nice to have images of the tablets.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to find something, but no, I'm sorry. Keep
going. All right.
Yeah, his abode on Mount Zaphon. That's wild.
On Mount Zaphon shifts in column 2 to Anat's abode on her mountain. Ugar Inbub. Anat then travels to Sapan and consults with Baal before going to El's home at his mountain at the confluence of the double deeps. Nice. Returning. That's just like a nice. I don't know. That sounds nice.
DDs.
Double Deeps. That's like a nice club or something. You can just hang out at the Double Deeps.
Yeah, it's like the Honors Club.
Yeah. Returning from that trip, the action shifts to messengers who are sent from Sapan, so like angels, who are sent from Sapan to Captorn, Memphis. Maybe not angels, but to me this means angels.
Messengers.
Messengers. The home of Cathar Wahasis. The latter makes the gifts for Athirat. Then Baal and Anat take gifts to the latter goddess's home and gain her support for the palace. In return, Athirat and Anat travel to El's abode again, where Athirat gets El to give his permission for the palace. Anat returns to Sapan with the news. The palace is built there. The gods come to celebrate and give their allegiance to Baal. Baal makes a victory tour of the earth, and then has the window built from which he sends forth his thunder. So this is like a portal. And has the window built, from which he sends forth his thunder. Once he is established in the palace, he calls his messengers to send them to Mat's abode in the netherworld with a message. The locales involved here are largely mountains upon which the gods live. In some cases, such as those of El and Mat, it does not appear that the abode is on the summit of the mountain. El's home may be the foot of the mountain where the waters emerge from below, and Mat's mountain is actually at the boundary of the netherworld, and not the specific location of his residence. Baal and Anat both appear to live at the summits of their respective mountains, while Athirat's home is not fully described, but appears to be located by the seashore. This does not mean that it was not on a mountain, since mountains in the region of Ugarit descend very close to the Mediterranean shore. Cathar Wahasis appears to be the only one who might have been understood to live in a human city Captor Memphis. But even this is not clear. Captor is a country name, and HKPT Memphis is referred to in the text as land, not a city. This is not certain how the poet envisions Cathar's home. Still in the introduction. Do you want to skip this? This seems important.
No, I mean,
We got-
how long is the introduction?
Let's see, 43 to...
Very upset that we couldn't find that PDF.
We'll have to buy it.
No, I'm gonna have to keep reading if you want. Or
Because
you
we've got samples of we've gotten samples of it, but not the whole thing.
I know, but we had it at one time.
48, 40. I mean, it's gonna be long, a long intro.
If you want to skip it, we can.
It gets to the Divine Family though. It starts explaining stuff. All right, let me get to it.
I found it.
You got it?
I found the secret teachings thing. Yeah, dude, I found it. It's the first thing that popped up.
Secret teachings.
You fucking hijacked the show. You just wanted to read the ball cycle, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, I just love balls here, dude.
I found it. I mean,
All right, well,
you,
well, Manly P. Hall's Secret Teachings is easy to find, but occult symbolism of reptiles, birds, and animals is the tricky one. But if you found it, let's hit it. I haven't even got that far into the intro. I just barely hit the first
part 2, the Phoenix, animals. Here we go.
I hit it then.
All right, let's get it.
Let's go.
All right, so I think we were on the birds, I believe. I mean, if we're going with here, I mean, dude, let me share this with you. Save the day. I was very upset with myself that I didn't have this saved. Here, let me share with you this. I mean, this is basically the book. There's a little bit in the book that's not in the PDF, and I'll read that from the book. So here, I'm going to copy and put this in the private chat. Rat, you better be dead or in jail, boy. Just kidding. He's excused from this morning if he doesn't make it. He did switch his schedule to where he could make it for Saturdays, so I kind of probably fucked that up. My show yesterday, which was a banger of a show, if I do say so myself. Nick was there. It's a great show.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, Stein's the man. Everybody go over to greyhornpagans.com and buy some merch. They got some cool ass merch. I got to order some today, as well as some Grey Pill merch. You get some Grey Pill merch today. You'll see me hopefully by next weekend wearing a Grey Pill hoodie, drinking out of a Grey Pill mug or a Babe Blonde mug. All right, Subliminal, I'm going to pull this up. Did y'all get it in the private chat?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
So that's part
that's
one.
exactly the file I was talking about, but okay.
This is it. This is
that's the file I was talking about. Yeah, but okay, go continue. Save the show.
Yeah, he sent this earlier, didn't you? I pulled this up.
Save the show, Jules.
Yeah, he sent this earlier.
Well, this is the one. I didn't say no. I didn't say we couldn't use this. This was the one.
I hijacked the show. You're right, bro.
No, he didn't hijack the show, guys. Not the show, but the wheel. Sorry.
It's rigged.
I brought the wheel to you.
Wheel.
I brought the wheel to you. See?
Yeah, he rigged the wheel.
Concrete heartland over here.
It's got weights and magnets.
He can't rig my own wheel. I'm just fucking with you, so.
It's in his nature, guys. Don't be mad.
the handsome legit. So we are right here at Birds. Would you?
Bird.
Is this one of your friends, Nick?
Who?
Someone who's not two witnesses.
Oh yeah, what did he say?
I love it. Okay. Part two. For professionals.
Oh my God. Calm down. two witnesses.
Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, let's.
Oh yeah, he's a funny dude. He's a model on my show for the show. Actually,
A model, huh?
No, mod.
Mod.
Oh, mod. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
No, he's been around for a while.
I'm going to start. You want me to start?
Yes, sir.
All right. As appropriate emblems of various human and divine attributes, birds were included in religious and philosophic symbolism, that of pagans and of Christians alike. Cruelty was signified by the buzzard, courage by the eagle, self-sacrifice by the pelican, and pride by the peacock. The ability of birds to leave the earth and fly aloft towards the source of light has resulted in their being associated with aspiration, purity, and beauty. Wings were therefore often added to various terrene creatures in an effort to suggest transcendency. Because their habitat was among the branches of the sacred trees in the hearts of ancient forests, birds were also regarded as the appointed messengers of the tree spirits and nature gods dwelling in these consecrated groves. And through their clear notes, the gods themselves were said to speak. Many myths have been fabricated to explain the brilliant plumage of birds. A familiar example is the story of Juno's peacock, in whose tail feathers were placed the eyes of Argus. Numerous American Indian legends also deal with birds and the origin of the various colors of feathers. The Navajos declare that when all living things climbed to the stalk of the bamboo to escape the flood, I think I've talked about this myth before, the wild turkey was on the lowest branch and his tail feathers trailed in the water, hence the color was all washed out. Gravitation, which is a law in the material world, is the impulse toward the center of materiality. Levitation, which is a law in the spiritual world, is the impulse towards the center of spirituality. Seeming to be capable of neutralizing the effect of gravity, the bird was said to partake of a nature superior to other terrestrial creation. And its feathers, because of their sustaining power, came to be accepted as symbols of divinity, courage, and accomplishment. A notable example is the dignity attached to eagle feathers by the American Indians, among whom they are insignia of merit. Angels have been invested with wings because, like birds, they were considered to be intermediaries between the gods and men, and to inhabit the air or middle kingdom betwixt heaven and earth. As the dome of the heavens was likened to a skull in the Gothic mysteries, so the birds which flew across the sky were regarded as thoughts of the deity. For this reason, Odin's two messenger ravens were called Hugin and Munin, thought and memory. Talked about this yesterday. The skull of Ymir, the cosmic giant they used to create the sky, or the dome of the sky, and his brains are the clouds. Among the Greeks and Romans, the eagle was the appointed bird of Jupiter, and consequently signified the swiftly moving forces of the demiurge. Hence, it was looked upon as the mundane lord of the birds, in contradistinction to the phoenix, which was symbolic of the celestial ruler. The eagle typified the sun in its material phase, and also the immutable demiurgic law beneath which all mortal creatures must bend. The eagle was also the hermetic symbol of sulfur and signified the mysterious fire of Scorpio, the most profoundly significant sign of the zodiac and the gate of the great mystery. Being one of the three symbols of Scorpio, the eagle, like the goat of Mendes, was an emblem of the theurgic art and the secret processes by which the infernal fire of the scorpion was transmuted into the spiritual light fire of the gods. Fascinating. And it starts talking about theurgy, Nick, and the goat of Mendes. Among certain American Indian tribes, the thunderbird is held in peculiar esteem. Thunderbird. The divine creature is said to live above the clouds. The flapping of its wings causes the rumbling which accompanies storms, while the flashes from its eyes are the lightning. Birds were used to signify the vital breath. and among the Egyptians, mysterious hawk-like birds with human heads and carrying in their claws the symbols of immortality are often shown hovering as emblems of the liberated soul over the mummified bodies of the dead. In Egypt, the hawk was the sacred symbol of the sun, and Ra, Osiris, and Horus are often depicted with the heads of hawks. The cock, or rooster, was a symbol of Kashmala, Cadmulus, in the Samothracian mysteries, and is also a phallic symbol sacred to the sun.
I'm going to come.
All right, me too. It was accepted by the Greeks as the emblem of Ares, Mars, and typified watchfulness and defense. When placed in the center of a weather vane, it signifies the sun in the midst of the four corners of creation. The Greeks sacrificed a rooster to the gods at the time of entering the Eleusinian mysteries. Sir Francis Bacon is supposed to have died as the result of stuffing a fowl with snow. That's odd. May this not signify Bacon's initiation into the pagan mysteries, which still existed in his day?
Hold up. How did Sir Francis Bacon die from stuffing a fowl with snow? Like a bird? Like a?
It's maybe his death.
How did he die? Did he stuff?
It may be his death and rebirth into what it's saying, and right after into the pagan mysteries.
All right, I'm gonna have to look it up. I hope it wasn't that he stuffed himself with the bird after. Sir Bacon, turducken.
Yeah, there you go. Sir Bacon be packing. The Egyptians paid divine honors to the ibis. Hold on. No, I went too far. Both the peacock and the ibis were objects of veneration because they destroyed the poisonous reptiles, which were popularly regarded as the emissaries of the infernal gods, like Typhon. Because of the myriad of eyes in its tail feathers, the peacock was accepted as the symbol of wisdom. And on account of its general appearance, it was often confused with the fabled phoenix of the mysteries. There is a curious belief that the flesh of the peacock will not putrefy even though kept for a considerable time. As an outgrowth of this belief, the peacock became the emblem of immortality, because the spiritual nature of man, like the flesh of this bird, is incorruptible. Interesting. The Egyptians paid divine honors to the ibis, and it was a cardinal crime to kill one, even by accident. It was asserted that the ibis could live only in Egypt, and that if transported to a foreign country, it would die of grief. The Egyptians declared this bird to be the preserver of crops and especially worthy of veneration because it drove out the winged serpents of Libya, which the wind blew into Egypt. The ibis was sacred to Thoth, and when its head and neck were tucked under its wing, its body closely resembled a human heart. Whoa. Yo, can one of y'all pull that up?
Of an ibis?
Here, hold on.
Yeah.
Can you keep reading?
Oh, yeah. Human heart. Okay. See Montfalcon's Antiquities. So maybe check that out. The black and white ibis was sacred to the moon, but all forms were revered because they destroyed crocodile eggs. The crocodile being a symbol of the detested Typhon.
Mm-hmm.
Nocturnal birds were appropriate symbols of both sorcery and the secret divine sciences. Sorcery, because black magic cannot function in the light of truth, day, and is powerful only when surrounded by ignorance at night. And the divine sciences, actually, be wise as serpents, and maybe call out some I don't know, some spell work. I kind of do that. We kind of do that when they're doing spells on the mass media spells, and they're kind of putting the veil over people's eyes. You should do your duty to kind of lift the veil sometimes. You got the ibis pulled up?
I'm trying to find it, dude. It's
like tucked in.
There's usually like a example next to each other that you can find. I'm trying to.
Mount Falcon's Antiquities.
Mount Falcon's Antiquities,
or Mont Falcon, like not mountain, but MONT.
Yeah.
FAUCON Antiquities. Maybe it's in there. Okay, so nocturnal birds were appropriate symbols of both sorcery and the secret divine sciences. Sorcery because black magic cannot function in the light of truth and is powerful only when surrounded by ignorance. And the divine sciences because those possessing the arcana are able to see through the darkness of ignorance and materiality.
Oh, dude. I need to get this book. Image, you got like the image of the hand of Sabazius in there and stuff, dude.
Oh, the antiquities book?
Yeah, we need to get this book.
Get that book scanner thing. Or the
You're
book
right.
camera.
Fuck. Sorry, everybody. I really want to find this picture. If there's like a, drawn depiction of it, that's great. All right, I'm pulling this up. You keep reading.
Okay, yeah, I'll take over the book, and then if you find it, you just toss it in. Owls and bats were consistently often associated with either witchcraft or vision or wisdom. I want the chat to be able to read too.
What's up?
Oh, I want the chat to be able to read too. It's kind of small. The goose was an emblem of the first primitive substance or condition from which and within which the worlds were fashioned. In the mysteries, the universe was likened to an egg which the cosmic goose had laid in space. Why do they have the phrase goose egg, a giant goose egg being like a bad thing? If the universe is a goose egg.
Interesting.
Because of its blackness, the crow was the symbol of chaos, or the chaotic darkness preceding the light of creation. The grace and purity of the swan were emblematic of the spiritual grace and purity of the initiate. This bird also represented the mysteries which unfolded these qualities in humanity. This explains the allegories of the gods, the secret wisdom incarnating in the body of a swan, the initiate. Keep going?
Yeah, keep going, man.
Being scavengers, the vulture, the buzzard, and the condor signified that form of divine power which by deposing or refuse another matter of dangerous to the life and health of human cleanses and purifies the lower spheres. These birds were therefore adopted as symbols of the disintegrative process which accomplish good while apparently destroying, and by some religions have mistakenly regarded as evil. This makes me think of the I don't know what religion they are, where they bury their people, or they don't bury them, they just put them on top of these towers and buzzards come and pick the bones. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I've heard of that.
I don't know where they're at. Probably somewhere in the Middle East. Birds such as the parrot and the raven were accorded veneration because, being able to mimic the human voice, they were looked upon as links between the human and the animal kingdoms. Every old Latina grandma I know has a parrot or two. They talk to it every day. The dove, accepted by Christianity as the emblem of the Holy Ghost, is an extremely ancient and highly revered pagan Ionic emblem. And many of the ancient mysteries, it's so the Holy Spirit is a woman? Yeah? I mean, it's from here. Holy Spirit is shown as a dove a lot of times with like light around it.
Sorry, I'm trying to find the
here, Holy Ghost. Yeah, Holy Spirit. All right. In many of the ancient mysteries, it represented the third person of the creative triad, or the fabricator of the world. We're kind of seeing this in the Pistis Sophia. As the lower worlds were brought into existence through a generative process, so the dove has been associated with those deities identified with the procreative functions. It is sacred to Astarte, Cybele, Isis, Venus, Juno, Mylitta. I've never heard of this one. Mylitta. Or Aphrodite. This just stands out as I've never heard of her.
Hold on. How do you spell her name?
Mylitta, Mylitta. Mylitta.
A Babylonian and Assyrian goddess of love, fertility, and war.
She's got to be fine. What, you got a picture? Nope. Unless she's covered up.
Ishtar, basically.
She's got a hijab on.
Ishtar. Some relate her to Ninlil, wife of Enlil.
She's fine. She's dating Lil. Okay, moving on.
She ain't. She kind of scary looking. To be honest with you.
Oh, she got chicken legs.
No, she's just a big woman.
Oh, even better. How big? Mountain size. I'm looking for mountain.
She can bear the gods. Still trying to find this fucking ibis bird picture, dude. It's not gonna happen. I need to give up. Should I give up? If you look at an ibis bird when it tucks its head, it does look like a heart. That is very, very interesting. But I'm gonna stop chasing that. All right, sorry.
Holy Spirit, the Comforter, is feminine paraklita in the Aramaic Bible. I've thought of it before, but I've never seen it written down like this, so they don't talk about that in church. What are we reading? Was it the occult symbolism of animals, reptiles, birds? Mama Lucia?
Yeah. Morning, Lucia. Oh, damn, I haven't even been paying attention to that.
One thing I do want to mention about the birds, too, is that they do see more than we do, too. They see a bit bigger spectrum of light. They have more cones and rods in their eyes.
Really? So
yeah. Besides birds, there's a lot of animals that get used in occult symbolism. Like maybe I'll notice more as we go on. All of them see more than we do. And I wonder if that's anything to do with it.
Is that why they act so spastic sometimes?
Oh, why they're always twitchy?
Yeah, why they're always, constantly moving.
Mm-hmm. It makes you think what that lonely penguin saw that made it wander off.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
No, that was something that Epstein had. He was ordering penguin pineal glands.
Penguin pineal glands? Get out of here, dude. Are you joking me right now?
No, in his files.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Well, there's another sticker, Subliminal.
That's wild. A penguin with a giant
pineal
gland on it. That's interesting. The penguin Pokemon. Yeah. Golduck.
We also need
kind of like a duck.
Physical representation of an egregore. I don't know how, but like I said, I think of Ditto from Pokemon, I guess. Like just a fucking, blob.
A blob.
Take form of whatever.
I
don't know.
Think if Empoleon has, I think he's got like a crown with like a little gem in it, but yeah, the psychic Pokemon probably have like a little dot in their eye. Anyway, we're not talking. We're kind of talking about Pokemon through the symbolism. The dove is also an emblem of wisdom, for it represents the power and order by which the lower worlds are maintained. It has long been accepted as a messenger of the divine will, and it signifies the activity of God. The name dove, like Dove soap, has been given to oracles and prophets, and soap. The true name of the dove was Iona or Ionis, or what is it? I want to say Leonis, but Ionis or Iona. It is a very sacred emblem, and at one time almost universally received. It was adopted by the Hebrews, and the mystic dove was regarded as a symbol of. It cuts it off.
Go down.
Now it says the phoenix.
Oh, symbol of from the days of Noah. Regarded as a symbol. I think you went too down a little far. Or you went too far down. Let me see.
As a symbol.
Regarded as a symbol from the days of Noah.
Okay, regarded as a symbol from the days of Noah by all those who were of the church of God. The prophet sent to Nineveh as God's messenger was called Jonah, or the dove. Our Lord's forerunner, the Baptist, was called in Greek by the name of Ioannis, and so was the apostle of love, the author of that's a nice name too. The author of the fourth gospel and of the apocalypse, named Ioannis. Bryant's analysis of ancient mythology. In Masonry, the dove is a symbol of purity and innocence. It is significant that in the pagan mysteries, the dove of Venus was crucified upon the four spokes of the great wheel, thus foreshadowing the mystery of the crucified Lord of Love. Although Muhammad drove the doves from the temple at Mecca, occasionally he is depicted with a dove sitting upon his shoulder as a symbol of divine inspiration. In ancient times, the effigies of doves were placed upon the heads of scepters to signify that those bearing them were overshadowed by divine prerogative. In medieval art, the dove frequently was pictured as an emblem of divine benediction.
Nice. What's next?
The
Phoenix?
Phoenix. You want to read the Phoenix?
Nick?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me just bring up.
Let Nick get some action, dude.
This is the same one that's on the other thing, right? That you sent
Yeah.
the same. Okay.
Yeah, it's the same thing. I just made it larger so that if they wanted
Actually,
to read it
it might be easier to read it on here compared to that other print. That shit is small. Yeah, I'm gonna read it off the screen.
Okay.
Clement, one of the ante-Nicene fathers, describes in the 1st century after Christ the peculiar nature and habits of the phoenix in the wise. There is a certain bird which is called the phoenix. This is the only one of its kind and lives 500 years. And when the time of its dissolution draws near that it must die, it builds itself a nest of frankincense and myrrh and other spices, into which, when the time is fulfilled, it enters and dies. But as the flesh decays, a certain kind of worm is produced.
Worm?
Yeah, the morning wood. Which, being nourished by the juices of the dead bird, brings forth feathers. Then, when it has acquired strength, it takes up that nest, in which are the bones of its parent, and bearing these, it passes from the land of Arabia into Egypt, to the city called Heliopolis. When you take a Minerval in the OTO,
Yeah.
you're heading to Heliopolis. Yeah, when you take a Minerval in the OTO, it's as if you're traveling through like the desert and you run into some camp and you head into Heliopolis.
Oh, damn, dude.
And in open day, flying in the sight of all men. It places them on the altar of the sun, and having done this, hastens back to its former abode. The priest then inspect the registers of the dates and find that it has returned exactly as the 500th year was completed. Although admitting that he had not seen the phoenix bird, there being only one alive at a time, Herodotus amplifies a bit the description given by Clement. They tell a story of what this bird does, which does not seem to me be credible. That he comes all the way from Arabia and brings the parent bird, all plastered with myrrh, to the temple of the sun, and there buries the body. In order to bring him, they say, he first forms a ball of myrrh as big as he finds that he can carry. Then he hollows out the bowl and puts his parent inside, after which he covers over the opening with fresh myrrh. And then the ball is the ball is then exactly the same weight as it first. So he brings it to Egypt, plastered over, as I have said, and deposits it in the temple of the sun. Such is the story they tell of the doings of this bird. Pretty fucking.
That's a lot of myrrh.
To me, it sounds like a lot of fantastical stories. Both Herodotus and Pliny noted the general resemblance in shape between the phoenix and the eagle, a point which the reader should carefully consider, for it's reasonably certain that the modern Masonic eagle was originally a phoenix. The body of the phoenix is described as having been covered with glossy purple feathers, while its long tail feathers were alternately blue and red. Its head was light in color, and about its neck was a circlet of golden plumage. At the back of its head, the phoenix had a peculiar tuft of feathers, a fact quite evident, although it has been overlooked by most writers and symbolists. The phoenix was regarded as sacred to the sun, and the length of its life, 500 to 1,000 years, was taken as a standard for measuring the motion of the heavenly bodies and also the cycles of time, used in the mysteries to designate the periods of existence. The diet of the bird was unknown. Some writers declare that it subsisted upon the atmosphere, others that it ate at rare intervals, but never in the presence of man. Modern Masons should realize the special Masonic significance of the phoenix, for the bird is described as using sprigs of acacia in the manufacture of its nest. Like acacia, actually.
Yeah, you
Did,
see
did
that
you
a
want
lot.
me to take over,
in-
Nick, real quick?
You see that
Yeah,
a
sure.
lot in the Masonic mysteries.
Yeah, if you need to.
The acacia tree. That's a good metal band, the Acacia Strain. Good metal band. Let's see.
I'll keep going if you want.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't just know if you needed a break.
No, I'm good.
You're good. Okay.
No, yeah, I have fucking 40 pages of notes that I have to read. This is nothing. The Phoenix, which is the mythological Persian rock, is also the name of the southern constellation, and therefore it has both an astronomical and astrological significance. In all probability, the phoenix was the swan of the Greeks, the eagle of the Romans, and the peacock of the Far East. To the ancient mystics, the phoenix was a most appropriate symbol of the immortality of the human soul. For just as the phoenix was reborn out of its own dead self 7 times 7, so again and again the spiritual nature of man rises triumphant from his dead physical body. Medieval meticists regarded the phoenix as a symbol of the accomplishment of alchemical transmutation, a process equivalent to human regeneration. The name phoenix was also given to one of the secret alchemical formula. The familiar pelican of the rose cross degree, feeding its young from its own breast, is in reality a phoenix, a fact which can be confirmed by an examination of the head of the bird. The ungainly, what's interesting? I mean, I understand that those birds are kind of all over the place, but at one point, when Elon Musk was like showing his launches and shit, there was always like a pelican in the photos, like always.
Yeah.
Or if that was like done on purpose, but I understand like it's by the water. There's going to be pelicans anyway. But I just find it very interesting because that is a deep, it's a symbolism.
Dude, I was talking to God the other day, and who I perceive as God, and literally look up while I was right next to this lake, and this pelican eats this fish, and it gave me kind of my answer to the question in my head. It's kind of cool how that happens. I don't know.
Little animal omens for you.
Man, it's fascinating, dude. When God kind of reveals Himself in nature, which is in everything, So it's beautiful.
What do you think this means for the Louisiana flag? The state flag is a pelican feeding its young. What looks to be pecking of its own heart.
That could be esoteric. Yeah,
self-sacrifice.
Man. Yeah. I think all the original flags had some kind of. Yeah, there you go, Jess.
Jules was paying out what to eat for lunch.
Asking the gods. Yeah, but the pelican came up, just dropped me the fish. It's like, thank you. No, it was weird because he just like flew right over and just like so easy for him too. I was like, man, I could probably sit there and fish for 2 hours, and this pelican just comes over and just fucking sits there and then just dips down and grabs a big ass fish too. I'm going fishing, dude. I'm going fishing this week. I'm going fishing. I'm going to go exactly to that spot and fish for that pelican fish. That's what I'm going to do.
All right. Where was I? I just had the ungainly lower part of the pelican's beak is entirely missing. The head of the phoenix being far more like that of an eagle than of a pelican. In the mysteries, it was customary to refer to initiates as phoenixes or men who had been born again. For just as physical birth gives man consciousness in the physical world, so the neophyte, after 9 degrees in the womb of the mysteries, was born into a consciousness of the spiritual world. This is the mystery of initiation to which Christ referred when he said, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of God. The phoenix is a fitting symbol of this spiritual truth. Ooh, Jesus dropping jewels.
Yep. And most Christians will deny that is esoteric. And no, that's not what it means. It's like, dude, embrace it. You know what I mean? Like,
there's so much proof though that the Bible is encoded with gematria and shit. Like it's probably even like looked at that scientifically or in academia is true. How the fuck do they not realize this book is not face value at this point?
they're in fear of learning about it, so then they just deny it. It's what I've encountered.
Like if you want to go and start taking these fallen angels as fucking aliens, you're actually making the book esoteric yourself by doing it.
Right.
Because you're saying that it's not exactly what it's saying in there, and it means this. These people don't realize how fucking retarded they are with this shit.
Yeah, man. You know, that's why I always say, you know, leave stuff up for interpretation. You know, everything can be interpreted a different way.
No, as long as it's interpreted their fascist fucking way. That's
No,
all
we're
that
not
matters.
doing that. We don't.
Yo, they're the biggest fucking fascists, man. It's unreal.
It's a pretty good definition, Nick. Yeah.
And they have the
Pretty good
most
example.
hate for supposedly people that forgive everyone. It's
Well,
the biggest. They
people
hate
who are
everybody.
seeking the truth, you know, like outside of a certain paradigm, you know, you're kind of, you know, looked down upon for doing that now, it seems, you know, so we need to just bring back, you know, questioning everything, right?
Yeah,
That's been part of conspiracy 101 since, you know, or this community, you know, the truth community, whatever people want to call it, the occult community, you know, which I'm more new to as far as I haven't even been on the Occult Rejects for a year. So
I'm new to this shit, dude.
well, dude, it's a constant process, dude.
Yeah,
So
you'll never know everything.
Learn, and for people to say like this is what it is, we know, you know, and anything else is wrong. It's just that's unhealthy. One, and two, I just think very arrogant and.
I think they've made a choice. They've made a choice, and
you're right. So.
I'm gonna keep it real. You know what it's like. They see someone that's never practiced magic, and somebody who's never walked into a temple. They tell people what the fuck magic and occultism is. You know what that's fucking like, dude? It's a fucking
I bet
joke
that's
to me. And people
frustrating
practice.
for you, yeah, being like,
Yo, it's hard for me to bring. Yeah. Sometimes it's hard for me to even bring serious people on the show because I got to worry about silly shit being fucking said. To just be like, oh, I guess it's your first thing. That's cute.
We should be able to, you know, have all these kind of open discussions without any kind of, you know, ad hominems or, you know, shitty rhetoric being thrown at us. You know, I mean, there'll always be that. People will have their opinions, but, oh man.
Sorry, let me get going.
Looking for the truth. We're just asking questions, guys. We're just asking questions. So,
yeah, a lot of things that too. I bring people on who actually have been living that life, or maybe even academically have been studying it too, so we can hear from their mouth what it's about instead of somebody who just reads fucking Twitter all day.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that it seems to be like a lack of a corner of conspiracy world is like we don't want to know anything, and we're just gonna paint everything black and white, and we don't want to learn how do we get to these positions, and we're just gonna be in this position.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I had somebody last night telling me that occultism is a religion. And I was like, that's a blanket statement.
Yeah.
What does it mean? But yeah, what do you mean by occultism?
I said, and that's when it comes into somebody who's never practiced or studied would say something like that because they have zero fucking clue about the occult in different pantheons of magic. That's the difference. And you'll get shit like that considered gospel because somebody who knows how to rant Wikipedia shit is considered a genius now. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's just I don't know. There's times I find myself, I'm like, fucking balls.
Like I said, man, the more you learn, the deeper you get into a lot of this knowledge and you kind of figure out, especially looking at it from these different angles. Like we were talking earlier on how to interpret the Bible, you know, there's so many ways that you could like how it's coded, you know, and I think if many, if not all texts are like that. Right. There's these different ways for us to understand them. It's like, where are we in life where we can understand them, you know? And a lot of people choose to just stay at that first basic, you know, I understand it this way and that's it. Right. Like, this is how I interpret it. Any other interpretation's wrong. I don't even want to hear it. Right. And it's just like, well, have you read past that? Have you read these texts and have you read this older culture where the story is that probably originates from? And it's no. And it's like, you know, people will get mad. And so, you know, hey, do your own research. And if you want to come along for the ride, then, you know, Gods of the Morning Wood, is where we do talk about a lot of this stuff, as well as on the Occult Rejects and on Grey Pilled, Subliminal Messenger Show, Season of the Rat. We are always asking the important questions. So maybe not always getting answers. But
I'm going to go with Jeff Anderson's quote right there. I'll go along with that.
There might be a universal need for ignorance to be balanced out the occult wisdom.
Yeah,
you may be right, Jeff.
At 90%.
You may be right.
I'm going to go with that just to make it all make sense.
You may be right.
Yeah. I think if Rat was here, he'd mention Gurdjieff in the sense that some people are bots, that they don't have anything that animates them besides hunger and fear and stuff.
Yeah.
And then there's something in the Nag Hammadi scripture, hopefully we get to it one time, the tripartite tractate that describes 3 types of people. Some people that only see the physical realm, some people that like get a little bit of spiritual and physical, and people that are mostly spiritual. So it explains it better than I did, but maybe that's what we're dealing with.
It's fascinating. Yeah, man. Let's be sure to point that out next time we land on Nag Hammadi. Be sure to
Nag Hammadi.
What about Zeus opening his father's stomach to release his brothers and sisters and look in the news?
Huh.
No, Zeus saved his siblings. We talked about that on the Rustic Gods episode with Hestia, the goddess of the hearth, how it's important to protect your hearth, especially at home or in your community. But Hestia was the first child eaten by Kronos, but the last one to be regurgitated by him, to be let out. So she has this
she was
important spot in the story, supposedly. Shout out Headless Giant. So Abby, you want to read?
I'll keep going. It's up to you guys. I know sometimes I don't read too much, so I'm in the mood. So if you want to take advantage of it, I'm good.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, a lot of times I just sit here, don't even.
Yeah, man.
European mysticism was not dead at the time the United States of America was founded. No shit. The hand of the mysteries controlled in the establishment of the new government. For the signature of the mysteries may still be seen on the Great Seal of the United States of America. Careful analysis of the seal discloses a mass of occult and Masonic symbols, chief among them the so-called American eagle, a bird which Benjamin Franklin declared unworthy to be chosen as the emblem of a great, powerful, and progressive people. Here again, only the student of symbolism can see through this subterfuge and realize that the American eagle upon the Great Seal is but a conventionalized phoenix, a fact plainly discernible from an examination of the original seal. In his sketch of the history of the seal of the United States, Gilliard Hunt unwittingly brings forward such material to substantiate the belief that the original seal carried the phoenix bird on its obverse surface and the Great Pyramid of Giza upon its reverse surface. In a colored sketch submitted as a design for the Great Seal by William Barton in 1782, an actual phoenix appears sitting upon a nest of flames. This itself demonstrates a tendency towards the use of the emblematic bird. On the left is the bird's head from the first Great Seal of the United States, 1782, and on the right, the Great Seal of 1902. When the first Great Seal was actually cut, the bird represented upon it was very different from the eagle which now appears. The neck was much longer, and the tuft of feathers at the upper part back of the head was quite noticeable. The beak bore little resemblance to that of the eagle, and the entire bird was much thinner and its wings shorter. It requires very little imagination to trace in the first so-called eagle by mythological phoenix of antiquity.
Hey, can y'all pull up that image of the eagle and the phoenix right next to each other?
Oh, I did pull it up. It's just the heads though. They didn't give us any more.
That's pretty cool though, man. If you look up the Persian rock, they're like kind of
You can tell this doesn't.
Yeah, it looks just like the phoenix.
Especially like the feathers and it's just
yeah, for sure. But definitely, dude. I mean, maybe it the eagle is some newer breed of an more ancient bird,
Oh, you ready? You good?
Oh,
Yeah.
both those heads were on the Great Seal of the United States. That's
Yeah.
They
wild.
updated it.
That's wild.
Let's see this quick now.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You get chills. You want me to keep going or no?
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
where did I leave off? Fuck.
Imagine being a dude and turning yourself into a tranny just to try and harness your simp energy. Yeah, let's imagine that.
Yeah, imagine that. I don't think anyone's doing that.
Yeah, some wound. You've got an
I don't know
imagination.
trannies, so unless one of you in the chat are one.
I don't know. I am going to cut off my dick later. Is that what he's talking about?
Nick, do you know where we are?
I think, yeah. No. What is more, there's every reason why a phoenix bird should be used to represent a new country rising out of an old. While, as Benjamin Franklin caustically noted, the eagle was not a bird of good moral character.
There's an Egyptian phoenix right there. Interesting. Click on that sub.
This okay. It's they don't give us any more. It's just like the same image, just a little bit bigger.
Oh, okay. Well,
interesting star here, though. Oh, hold on. Sorry, you guys aren't seeing this. Interesting star. Star here, though.
Very interesting. All right. I guess you can go down. I think we're almost done with the birds.
Birds and the bees.
We got the Great Seal.
Nick read about the Egyptians right here.
Yeah, you want me to go? All right. The Egyptians occasionally represented the phoenix as having the body of a man and the wings of a bird. This biform creature had a tuft of feathers upon its head, and its arms were upraised in an attitude of prayer. As the phoenix was the symbol of regeneration, the tuft of feathers on the back of its head might well symbolize the activity of the pineal gland, or third eye, the occult function of which was apparently well understood by the ancient priestcraft. The significance of the mystical number 13, which frequently appears upon the Great Seal of the United States, is not limited to the number of the original colonies. The sacred emblem of the ancient initiates, here composed of 13 stars, also appears above the head of the eagle. The motto E Pluribus Unum contains 13 letters, as does also the inscription Annuit Corpus. The eagle clutches in its right talon a branch bearing 13 leaves and 13 berries, and in its left a sheaf of 13 arrows. The base of the pyramid, exclusive of the panel containing the date, consists of 72 stones arranged in 13 rows. That is interesting. 72 demons in the coalition.
Who's this guy talking to? I hope you're not talking to me, dude.
Oh, we're good.
What did I say?
I don't know if he's talking to us. I don't know.
You better not be talking to me.
I don't know. He does. He does spaz out sometimes. We covered the Kabbalah, and the guy spazzed the fuck out about it.
Watch your fucking mouth, motherfucker.
Don't pay attention.
All right.
Don't even.
And then Star Ramfram. Well, let's say, what do you call it? I don't know what you guys want to call it, but you get your little Jewish star right here. You can't see it in this image, but it's triangle up, triangle down in this image. If anybody asks you that it's not in our state flag anywhere, it's right above the eagle. But you can't see it too well. All right, I could probably take over for a little bit because I'm going to have to leave in 30 minutes. If you don't mind me, I can read some more. If anyone doubts the presence of the Masonic and occult influences at the time of the Great Seal was designed, he should give due consideration to the comments of Professor Charles Eliot Norton of Harvard, who wrote concerning the unfinished pyramid and the all-seeing eye which adorned the reverse of the seal as follows. The device adopted by Congress is practically incapable of effective treatment. It can hardly, however, artistically treated by the designer, look otherwise than as a dull emblem of a Masonic fraternity from the history of the seal of the U.S. The eagles of Napoleon and Caesar and the zodiacal eagle of Scorpio are really phoenixes. For the latter bird, not the eagle, is a symbol of spiritual victory and achievement. Masonry will be in a position to solve many of the secrets of its esoteric doctrine when it realizes that both its single and double-headed eagles are phoenixes, and that to all initiates and philosophers, the phoenix is a symbol of the transmutation and regeneration of the creative energy, commonly called the accomplishment of the great work. Oh, I thought the great work was making everybody like self-initiated, like in the whole world. I thought that's what that was. The double-headed phoenix is although I guess if you extend the great work of transmutation and regeneration to all people, then I suppose that is the great work. All right. The double-headed phoenix is the prototype of an androgynous man. For according to the secret teachings, there will come a time when the human body will have 2 spinal cords. Like Mewtwo.
Shit.
Mewtwo's got 2 spinal cords.
The
Baphomet has 2 spinal cords?
I'm thinking of the original where it has the man and the female.
Where it's like hollow? There's like a hollow one
by Heinrich Kunrath that you were talking about?
Yeah, maybe that was.
You have that image?
Yeah, I could find it. Yeah,
yeah, dude. I don't think we've ever pulled that up. I actually want to see that because I've referred to that a couple times. That I've mentioned on a couple shows that you have presented that to me, and so this image has existed before, the Baphomet ever existed, and it was really just an image to troll people, maybe troll other occultists or people who were against the occult who, they're like, yeah, this is our God. You know what I mean? It's just like, really the whole picture is a representation of all these esoteric
concepts like mashed together.
Hello, dude.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Trialogues. I'm joined by my co-hosts, Nick. Ricardo called out this morning, so I decided we do a Trialogue takeover of the Gods of the Morningwood. So Ethan's on his way too.
What's up, man?
Welcome.
Fuck yeah, man. No, it's good to see you here, dude. It's good to see you. Yeah, a wild giant appears. Yes. We called him. How you doing, man?
Good.
Ethan.
Yeah, Ethan's here too.
What's up, dude? Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
There we go.
Good to see you, man.
Salute.
Finally made it. Ethan, this is Subliminal. This is Ethan.
Hello. Good morning.
Ethan. Yo, it's your first time on here. Holy shit, that's right.
Another God in the Morningwood.
Yeah.
We got to make extra branches on this on the logo now.
Yeah. Oh God, a couple extra woods. Yeah. I got that image.
All right. Here we go.
We were both listening and enjoying what we're talking about. We were thinking about starting our show, and we're like, well, let's just raid.
That's right.
Jump in. All right.
Yeah, what happened to Ricardo? He said he called out.
Yeah, he said he couldn't do it this morning, so we were looking for another co-host, and I'm like, well, all the people I would ask for, a co-host spot
on this one show. Let's see what they're doing.
That's funny, dude. That's awesome.
Thanks. I'm glad y'all decided to join.
Fuck yeah. Oh yeah. That we should have recorded.
So what are we reading here? We're talking about the Masons and Baphomet. I always found it funny how the what? What's that?
Phoenixes too.
Pick up that image before you forget.
Oh,
the Baphomet?
I got you. No, it's the original one. Oh, Nick.
Well, it's early. I don't know. I think before we know there's something before that. But you still even got the sulfate coagulant on the arms. It's just not raised the same, but it is male and female. There's the Phoenix right above it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it depicts the same exact thing. The duality of
the sun and the moon.
Yeah, the microcosm, macrocosm.
And Baphomet's got the torch on his hand too, so it's kind of representative of the Phoenix,
Yeah, right. Yeah, because of the fire. Yeah.
I was thinking too. The Mexico flag has the eagle and the snake. And there is also the Tai Chi origination story and a couple other martial arts. They talk about how a Qigong master was observing the battle between a snake and a crane. And he put these two polarities together to make this new martial art. And so it's just an interesting kind of relationship between like the bird beating the snake earlier, as was mentioned. Just cool idea.
I need to get that on a poster, dude.
I'll send you a good image that I actually took.
Yeah, man. Subliminal. But we were reading about the Phoenix.
You just finished two spinal cords, yeah, and the Phoenix.
Yeah, that's what brought up that Baphomet, was I said.
The double-headed Phoenix.
Yeah, it has two spinal cords for the two heads.
But let's see. It's
I was talking about Pokemon, but maybe we can elevate the conversation.
Fuck.
Well, I always found it funny that Baphomet and bafflement are like two phonetic twins. So when you're baffling something, you're tying it down, you're keeping it from moving, right? And so Baphomet and bafflement are kind of like, this idea of blockage, or you can't see past it, or something else. And yeah, it's like, oh, it's so evil, but all of the symbols in the Baphomet are supposed to be representative of Pan, or this everything idea.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, it kind of gets people stuck. You can see it on both directions. The people who are putting Baphomet as a logo on everything, and they're like, hey, this is our God. What do you think of that, Christians? Ha ha ha. And the Christians are like, this is evil. And
yeah.
It's not even a deity, dude.
Yeah,
that's when you go to creating their own demons and stuff, and
there's probably like 300 pages you could write to explain what that image of Baphomet's telling you.
Absolutely, yeah.
But they'd have to learn. They'd have to read and try to learn. Like they don't.
We have to look at the symbolism and realize it's like, come on.
Well, it's almost like the fear aspect, like the fact of I don't know, is that there's people in fear of that image gives them I don't know, because I've actually experienced this before. It does give you like a high,
right?
Like fear this creature, and to think that there's this goat man out there stalking you, or who's out to it's that people are worshiping. I don't know, man. I think it's
that's actually part of Pan, right? So Pan was, this is where we get the term panic from. And so they would talk about these hunters being attacked by Pan for not, respecting the forest and stuff. And they would be overcome with fear to such a degree that they would die from it.
You know what I
don't
always
hear
thought
about
was
anybody dying from fear anymore, but
that's the best way to get the chrome. You scare someone to death. That's how you get the best chromie.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, that's what
I've been told.
Doing over on that island.
But it's
funny, what I always thought was, just real quick, Atlas, what I always thought was weird with the Pan is how you do find that used in video and audio. Panavision, panning. I don't know. I always just wondered, if was any of those ever once used in the thought of Pan.
Panopticon.
I mean, if you look at it like how Crowley did with him being in Catherine on Earth, I mean, technically he would be something that can see everything. I don't know. It's just weird how Pan does show up in technology.
Well, the Greeks referred to Pan's spots. So he didn't just have goat legs, but they were also spotted goat legs. And in the spotted fur in the Greek motif are always referenced as like the stars of the heavens, right? So it's kind of, that's the reference to all things, is that he's got, his legs in the heavens.
Like in panspermia? Like seeding all the planets? Yeah. Okay.
You're awesome, dude.
All right.
That's awesome. I love that.
And he's got
can you see Pan in a certain can you see him in a certain constellation, or
I don't think
something similar to Pan?
Isn't it like Capricorn or something?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, that was the watery goat.
The water goat. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Pan's not often associated with water, but you do have the story of the different nymphs that are of water, and he's always chasing around nymphs.
Yeah, I was gonna say trying to mate with them.
I have a little painting of Pan. I'm gonna
nice.
go grab that real quick.
Yeah, dude, go get that.
Let me finish up the. I should wait for him to come back, but we're almost done with the with this little section here, and then we get into animals.
I never thought of that before, Nick. The Panasonic, isn't that a brand?
That's what I'm saying. Pan is in so much shit, dude. Someone had to. Yo, I swear to God, even remember how I said before, Pan could be in Catherine and Earth. Pan Terra.
Well, even
Terra is Earth,
Terra?
God of the Earth. Why do you think that guy wants so much respect? Is because he's crossed the abyss and he thinks he's deserved people to kiss his fucking ass,
dude.
You can tell in his attitude. That's all it is. The guy's had a magical experience and he thought he was the shit, and that's why he acted the way he acted.
That's crazy, dude.
Like Peter Pan.
Peter Pan, his ears being his horns, right?
Hmm.
He has like those elfish looking ears, but well, Pan has those too, but at the same time, it kind of resembles horns. Then he has, he's green, representative of nature. And
did Pan have a? Sorry to cut you off. Did he have a shadow aspect? Because Peter Pan had like a shadow. He thought.
Well, when there was that right that boys would have to go out into the wild and fend for themselves, and they would either take on, they would get strength from Pan, or they would take on fear, which would, I guess, if they were of a weaker nature.
So I never actually got around to finishing the nymphs, but I was gonna have nymphs hopping around in the forest there. Never got that.
I love that, dude.
Yeah, I really like that.
So Syrinx was the goddess of these reeds that were growing by the water. And that was who he was pursuing. And Syrinx transformed herself into the reed. So he created the pan pipes out of Syrinx. Right. And the pan pipes, they represent sort of the 7 harmonious aspects of the universe or whatever. So he's got double symbols, the 7 planets and the 7 pipes.
Mm-hmm.
So when you dig into the symbolism, it really starts representing the all. And so they use that goat head aspect in Baphomet as sort of a reference to Pan.
Interesting.
With the Star Ruby, you take on Pan, kind of, in the.
And at the same time, kind of changing the meaning of him too, right? Like giving it this dark undertone or this dark connotation. Like it's and that's purposeful. Like that they do that on purpose.
The goat is incredibly horny, right? And so for them to be using Pan as that symbol of this horniness, it represents the fertility of nature, constantly renewed fertility. It's constantly fertile. Yeah, there we go.
All right.
And so you've got a lot of depictions of Pan going around and trying to hook up with these nymphs, trying to hook up with anything you can get it in with. So it's fertility is a major no-no when it comes to the whole idea of Christian cosmology. So Pan really does take on that evil aspect because of its horniness, which
sounds like a son of Enki, dude. Enki was that archetype for that sexual energy in Mesopotamia, and literally like every myth in each chapter, there's him he's like peeking around the corner, like trying to pour his semen into whatever I guess unfortunate or fortunate woman it was, and that's how some of these ancient bloodlines from antiquity were apparently seeded. It was from the bloodline, the seed of Enki.
Yep.
So
he can't hold himself together.
You hear the same thing from in the northern region about Odin, right? From the seed of Odin, all these kings and these bloodlines were originated from, or Wodan in Germany. But yeah, it's the same kind of archetype, but not saying it's the same deity, not at all. It's completely different symbolism. Maybe some similarities here and there. I don't know. I haven't looked at that. Well, kind of. The only really thing is Enki's son Tammuz is the dying and rising sun god that goes to the underworld, kind of like Balder, Odin's son. Who goes to the underworld, and that's really the only motif you see there. I'm sure there's other ones, but
I imagine a goat guy at the Dollar Tree asking girls to come over for pancakes.
Pancakes.
Flat Earth confirmed. Pancakes.
Flurf confirmed. Let's see. So where were we? Were we done with the Phoenix? Because I swear this is like the 4th show I've done on the Phoenix reading this book, I think.
We've got one paragraph left. Just this section here. I can take care of it if you want.
Bang it out, sir.
Yeah, because I gotta dip out soon. Not only were many of the founders of the United States government Masons, but they received aid from secret and August body existing in Europe. What is August body? Existing in Europe, which helped them to establish this country for a peculiar and particular purpose known only to the initiated few. The Great Seal is a signature of this exalted body, unseen and for the most part unknown, and the unfinished pyramid upon its reverse side is a trestle board, setting forth symbolically the task to the accomplishment of which the United States government was dedicated from the day of its inception.
Huh.
You know how Leos are born in the month of August predominantly anyway. So I don't know if this has anything to do with it, but that August in that sense is esteemed. It's like, I guess, what Leos think they are.
Are you a Leo?
I am, so I'm making
Me too.
Me too.
Yeah. Well, I'm at the end of July. My son is probably right around your birthday at the beginning of August. We're both Leos. So yeah, no, you can definitely make fun of us. It's fine. We're
statistically a lot of streamers Leos.
Dude, so I don't know. If you look at the zodiac thing with if you look at the European guys, we are aligned with Balder, the god of beauty, right? So that's why we're some handsome gentlemen, Ethan. So keep that in mind.
Well, I think it's funny too. This symbol you can find in the convocation, the what's it called? The convocation of the Rose Cross Order. And the convocation of the Rose Cross Order came out in 1917, and the official state seal of the United States was unveiled in 1932. So they had this big old 15-year gap between this book that was for the Rosicrucians and the steel of the United States being produced. So in that convocation, you can see they were foreshadowing, and they actually, it was a union of the Freemasons, the Rosicrucians, the Templars, all that stuff. They were all in attendance at this 78th convocation of the Rose Cross Order, where they're unveiling these seals that are going to be revealed later on for the United States. So anybody who says that these secret societies aren't working together, just, they have no idea. No clue.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, the only opposing, aspect to it is all theater, right? Like when you see them going against each other or arguing on TV or tweeting at each other, like these people are laughing at us, thinking that it's all real. It blows my mind.
Candace versus Erica.
Oh God. They've planned this out real good, dude. They've planned this out real good. I'm fucking telling you, man. All these big, all these big fucking influencers are cooked.
Yep.
In my opinion, they're all
right? Like some of them are like, especially if they started from inception, it's like, they've been playing this game for like a decade.
Yeah.
I mean, some of these people have not. I mean, I hate to say it, but look at Alex Jones. That's my opinion.
Oh my
I don't trust
God.
the fucking guy. Look how long he has been around.
You know my opinion on him.
I mean, that fucking guy was in a movie. I mean, what was that movie with Keanu Reeves and the he was like on this corner, like shouting his stupid fucking shit on the corner.
Yeah, and the fucking megaphone. I'm the people. Fucking.
That was Waking Life. Waking Life. He was in Waking Life, and that was like a vignette.
Oh, Waking Life. I don't know.
Yeah, Waking Life is
a dark something.
It's a cartoon, right?
Yeah, it's like a cartoon. It has Paul Giamatti in it.
Right. A Scanner Darkly was the one with
there you go.
Keanu Reeves, and these were both rotoscoped. So they filmed them and then they colored in the film later. Both of them were by the same movie producer, and in Waking Life, it was like all of these different dream sort of sequences melding into each other, and he's just driving around this car in Austin, and he's screaming out this thing. But it's funny, the guy who put him in both Waking Life and A Scanner Darkly is the one who smuggled him into the Bohemian Grove.
Yes, there you smuggled him in, right?
Oh,
yeah,
they he had the footage because he was probably an invited to begin with.
I told that to my wife. I was like, "Yeah, Alex Jones was invited to Bohemian." She was like, "No, he wasn't. He snuck in." I was like,
"Yo," and then like
walked
I don't
in.
know, 10 years later, he denies anything goes on there. Like he literally even ran on that for a minute. And
accept
like, "Yo,
that.
but you filmed shit saying otherwise.
Right?
You just flip-flopped on your own thing."
Yeah, dude. Yeah, he's an actor. He's just another actor. His dad was in intelligence. Like, what are we doing? Tucker Carlson's dad was in intelligence. Like
People talking about Jim Carrey not looking the same fucking either to Alex Jones.
Right, but he was putting out the disinfo that this giant owl there represented Moloch. All you have to do is dig in for 5 minutes to understand that this Moloch is a type of sacrifice. It's not the name of the owl.
And the owl represents wisdom. They were doing a sacrifice for wisdom because they were like CEOs.
Like Minerva?
Yeah, Minerva.
Yeah.
Or, yeah. That's all it was. And then they had, there could have, that was an effigy on stage, but there very well could have been, something underground. That's how they would do it in ancient times. Some places they would have the temple underground with the real sacrifice going on because they don't want to alarm the crowd, right? I guess in some cultures.
Well, in Greece and Rome, they had to do these rituals in public. It was part of the process that everybody had to see it. So during the end of the Roman Empire, when these Goths were invading repeatedly, they said, we got to go back. We got to do something else. We got to bring our old gods back. And then the old priests are like, well, yeah, but you got to do this in public. And the Christian leadership in Rome was like, we can't do that. That's going to confuse people. So, the 30-year time span where everything collapsed in Rome and they were taken over, people were ready to go back to the old gods. And instead of doing that, they're like, actually, that's going to confuse people. So we're not going to do that, which is, because you have to do it in public. It has to be part of the participation of everybody, or else it's, you're just doing it in private for magical reasons.
It's for your own, yeah.
Right. Magical reasons in the case of Rome and Greece, they both banned black magic, which was like private rituals doing, ungodly things. You have to do it in front of the public so that everybody knows you're on the up and up. That's the way they viewed it.
It's transparency. So I'm sorry, Ethan.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to ask if we could go back to the seal of the United States, and I want to maybe bring up a symbological comparison. Headless, as you remarked, that they kind of do it publicly. Your last remark, and also before that, in reference to this, you were talking about how often enough the symbolism is right in our faces, sometimes subtly so that we can't see it overtly. This has, to me, of course, I'm reading into it a little bit, but we have the center circle with the stars, and there's a certain duality of polarity with the wings and what they're holding. That is very much, one could read into it, which I'm doing, and I want to know what you guys think. Is that it has a certain relationship to the dual pillars and the circumpunct, which has this, we have the arrows and the wings on one side, which is kind of like the base and the pillar of the aggressive or Yahweh side. And then we have tree or plants and the wings, capital and pillar, capital and base of the more feminine aspect, the merciful. So there's kind of like, and if people aren't familiar, I have a picture of the circumpunct and the duality of polarity that is oft used as a simplification the dual pillars of Boaz and Yakin that the Freemasons allude to. And I have it there if you want to bring it up. But it's just a real simple picture of the duality of polarity and the circumpunct center.
Wow.
So you can kind of, again, we're reading into the symbolism, but there's certainly the dual pillar with the wings, and there is the circle there. So I don't know what you guys think about that, but just an interesting correspondence, perhaps.
Well, that
if you rotate it 90 degrees, you get the Green Lantern symbol.
Right. Yeah.
I was just seeing a TIE fighter. I'm sorry.
TIE fighter too.
A TIE fighter is all I see there.
Isn't that a weird design for a spaceship, though? I mean, it seems deliberate that they would make it look so bizarre.
And the side profile is an octagon on a TIE fighter, like because the wings are big old octagons. Yeah.
I never understood the purpose of those big old wings on the side that were just straight up and down. It never made any, I mean, you're not going to take that into an atmosphere and glide anywhere. That's just going to hit the ground like a rock,
Well, the twin ion engine was developed. I'm just playing.
Hey, so Subliminal, you have.
I can't pull it off the top of my head, but I used to know those facts. Go ahead, Joel. Sorry.
I didn't know if you had to get out of here or not.
I do. Yeah, I do have to head out right now.
Tell everybody know. Or tell everybody know. Let everybody know where they can find you. Sorry, I'm reading something at the same time. Let everybody know where they can find you, and if there's anything you got coming soon or anything dropping.
Just check me out on check me out over on Rumble, over on Simone Messenger Show on Rumble, and Disagree to Agree with Eamon Rat. We just had Jules on last week, and we just had it was a good episode. We have to get you back on again, and
a little bit in there, but it was at night, and
we'll get you on. We'll figure out. Figure out the schedule. It's
still a good conversation.
It was. We got to discuss more about. We should discuss the ball cycle maybe next time. Get some more information on it.
I'm down for it.
But yeah, check me out over on Subliminal Messenger Show on Rumble, and Saturdays with Jules on Esoteric Book Review, and that's where you can find me. And I guess my Twitter, Manuel Labor, if you want to catch up on just weekly happenings. But thank you for having me on, guys. I'll see you guys next week.
All right, so have a good day, man.
Bye. Peace out.
Later, brother. All right, I'm going to pull this up. We're going to read a little bit more of this. I think Headless will actually like what I have here. So still on the occult symbolism. We'll get to the adepts here soon, guys. I have about another hour of my show, but I'll stay on for as long as Headless and Ethan, if they have stuff they want to talk about. But let's see. So starting with animals. Now, how did he make the page? I wish I knew how to change the view of. Oh, I do. Wait a minute. What's that? No.
That's good. Oh,
hold on. Let me. Damn it. Let me do this again. I don't know. Subliminal knows how to work his computer. So.
Right.
Yeah. Let me.
Well, you had it pretty good before. I could read it a lot better when you had it that other aspect ratio. Ooh, it's coming in. That's perfect.
Hold on, let me. Oh shit! Give me a second. I don't know why it's. Damn it, Subliminal! You had to leave. Do y'all know anything about changing your browser? Dude, I'm like, I guess it's not a PDF, is it? No, it's not. So I can't change the. Hold on. Whatever. All right. I mean, dude, I don't know. Yep, I do not know how to
How can we
change.
help?
Huh?
How can we help?
I don't know. We'd have to change the format of I can just read. I mean, I don't know how to make it to where I can make it big
Yeah,
enough.
he did that
to fit.
different, right?
I don't know how he did it. I really don't know how he did it. I wish he would have told me. He has OBS, dude. He can do like anything. Let me see. Where's that other setting I had? Hold on. No.
I'm even trying. I have no idea.
This is cool though, how we're spread out. I like this. All right, let's see. I mean, I have another PDF that we can read adepts if y'all want to. I just thought we would read a little bit of this. So you just brought up the Leo, so let me read this, and here I'll post the link in the chat. I will also put it in save the show, Jules. Subliminal. I can't do. Let's see. Everybody, you can here, and I'll put this in there, and I'll read here. I'll enlarge this, and I'll just fucking we'll just.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Fuck. Like I said.
Jules, you're confused.
Huh?
You're confused.
I don't know.
Fishes, insects, animals, reptiles, and birds. I'm vamping.
Yeah. I mean, it's I just wish I could zoom in to where the audience can see the words without having to like. Yeah, I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, that was wild how we had it set up.
I don't know how we had it set up like that, but it's driving me crazy that I can't figure it out. Is there like a certain setting for the browser? I don't know. I wish I knew. I wish
you could highlight. You could highlight all of it and put it into a Word document. Just copy paste it. But something is interesting right there. So we were just talking about Juno's peacock and the eyes of the Argus on Gods of the Rustic God series, right? And they're talking about
we just brought that up, dude.
Yeah.
Who's Argus again?
It's the multi-eye giant that was watching over Io, the cow that Hermes was trying to abduct.
Then down here you have the sacred bull or the apis. There's a lot of cool stuff in this chapter, guys. This is like the last one of the book, so we can save this if y'all want. But no, this last one, yeah, we talked about the birds and the phoenix. I think the one before we did reptiles, fish, and insects. I think we did. I'm pretty sure we did all that. And so we land on it again. We will do animals. So let me pull this up. I already have this. This was the second one we landed on. Damn it. I didn't spin the wheel with subliminal. I guess we'll do it after this. Let me unshare this and share. So far apart. Boom. Now on this one, I can zoom. No, that's a little too. There we go. No, you are going to
Elias Ashmole.
Huh?
I saw Elias Ashmole right there. Hilarious.
Everybody see it? We're good.
Yeah.
All right, back to the adepts in the Western esoteric traditions. I'm not going to cut any of the streams. I'll keep YouTube, Rumble, and Twitter up. I'll take it down later, guys. I like having everybody here, and we have about 70 people on Twitter watching. So,
nice.
Yeah, so I'm gonna we're gonna keep going.
No, that's what sucked about the Twitter live. Not even trying to brag, but like even when I used to go live on Twitter, I used to have like 150 fucking people watching. That's a decent amount of people for Twitter. That fucking pissed me off that I couldn't stream anymore.
Dude, my 1 year anniversary, I had like 700 people on my 1 year anniversary. And I don't know how. It was wild. Yeah.
I mean, that's not even a big number compared to some
people. So it may have been the
That's
views
huge.
all day. So I don't know how they do that. I think it may be some fake views, but it may have been all the people who came in and watched it for a second and then clicked out. I don't know. But we're going to pretend like there's 70 people watching on Twitter. So anyway, so we are on the Orders of the Quest still, the Holy Grail. And I think we'll get into a lot in this chapter. Guys, be sure to hit that like button. Share this with your friends. Well, don't share it, actually. Go over to Patreon and sign up over there if you want to support the show. And you can find all the rest of these on Patreon only. They're not, I think there may be one or two we still have public. Maybe I think one we did with Headless on the Golden Ass, and then there's another one we did as a free preview back early on. So all right.
You see what JC wrote?
No, I didn't.
About the Twitter views?
Twitter views are like grinder inches. Oh, geez, JC. How would you know that? Cross fingers for Dion Fortune. You know what, Subliminal? You know what? Here, since you're in the chat, you're getting ready for work. We're going to go ahead and do this. Here, we'll spin the wheel for next week. You know, we'll do it while he's still here. Wheel of Names. We watched Mandy last night. I was on the movie wheel. All right, guys. What are we going to read next week? The wheel will decide. Oh, yeah, man. Close enough.
Mysteries of the Druids.
Mysteries of the Druids. Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
I thought, let's see. All right. See what else we land on. Get the fuck out, dude. We're going to piss a lot of people off.
Query Gospel.
Query Gospel, man. It's the channel gospel of Christ's journey to India and Greece. You know, he goes to Greece, he goes to Egypt, India, Tibet, all these places, and people are saying, "Oh, it's just it's a book someone wrote." It's like, well, aren't these all books, right? Like, what makes this one so much more? I mean, well, I get what makes it more discreditable, but we're gonna read it anyway. Just to take a look at it, because that's something that it's been on the list for a while. And, some of these books we keep on the list. Some of them we take off if we read a couple of chapters and like, oh, that was cool, but I don't know. It's a little long of a book. And, but if we really, like the Adepts, we're keeping that on, even though it's long as shit. The Volsunga Saga PDF we have has many more sagas in it. And so we're going to keep that one on there until we finish it, quite literally. I may even start doing my own like Eddas and Saga show. I don't know. That may be in the works. So you had an Elohim etymology or rustic gods, you may get show on the Iseer and the Vanir or something. Maybe if I can have somebody on who knows about it. I don't know. Come on with me every week or every 2 weeks and talk about it. But I still want to, I don't know. I'm reading the Volsunga Saga outside of Esoteric Book Review. So by the next time we land on it, I probably will have read all the way up till it gets to the death of Sigurd and the beginning of like the Ragnar Lothbrok saga and all that stuff. I have another translation of that too when we get to it. So because it doesn't include the entire story and what I have. I guess it depends on what author you get it from. But anyway, so those are the books for next week. Better luck next time, Subby. Dion Fortune, and all that. I don't know who that is.
Dion Fortune?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, Dion Fortune, Mystical Kabbalah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's also the one that did the 7 rays of light prayer that
Yes, that's right.
General Flynn was repeating.
Oh, that tells me all I need to know. All right, guys. So, Orders of the Quest, the Holy Grail. This is not. This is a different section than when we read the Arthurian Mysteries or the Arthurian Cycle. The Grail legends constitute a considerable body of mystical tradition. Although the accounts reveal certain common elements, the details indicate that a central theme was enlarged and embellished over an extended period of time. The Grail cycle, as it has descended to us, originated among the troubadours, the jongleurs, and the jesters. In England, the Grail quest became the central object of the Knights of the Round Table. The Arthurian cycle, in turn, inspired the rituals of the Garter. This noble order certainly belongs among esoteric fraternities and leagues of chivalry, which perpetuated the secret doctrine of antiquity. Elias Ashmole. Sorry.
Elias Ashmole.
Oh, that poor guy.
Elias Ashmole.
Holy shit.
This is why people become occultists.
I say people.
Because they've got weird names and they don't feel included by society. Ashmole assholes.
Wrote an extensive history of the Garter and was himself an officer of the order. Referring to St. George, the patron of the Garter Knights, Ashmole wrote, "It is recorded that King Arthur paid St. George, whose red cross is the badge of the Garter, the most particular honors, for he advanced his effigy in one of his banners, which was about 200 years after his martyrdom. And very early for a country so remote from how do you say that, Headless? Cappadocia, to have him in reverence and esteem. The reference to Cappadocia links the legend of St. George with the genealogy of the Grail Knights. For the Cinnaboridon, fuck me. What's the Cinnaboridon? Let me look this up. Got to know what we're talking about.
Yes.
Part of the show. Cinnaboridon, Masonry and medieval mysticism, refers to descendants of Cinnabor, a Cappadocian prince and ancestor of Titurel, the first Grail king in Arthurian legends. The lineage links the Grail keepers to Eastern esoteric traditions. Okay. The term highlights the connection between the Holy Grail, the Knights Templar, and mystical, possibly Buddhist or Indian influences within the Grail stories. Holy shit. It's like the Indian Prester John or something. I don't know. Can everybody read this, by the way? Do I need to enlarge it a little more?
Oh, there you go.
There we go. All right.
Patron of the Garter Knights, Ashmole wrote, "It is recorded." See, I love the "it is recorded" because I could just say "it is recorded" and then, it's like a big trust me, bro. I love it.
Look at the book was like, I don't know, burnt or something. I don't know. There was that like a, I don't know. I think that happened when they would copy them. They would have these little bubbles in places.
I like this.
Shows how old it is.
The St. George of the Garter. Oh, are we at that?
You read. Yeah, read, Headless, please.
All right. The St. George of the Garter is certainly the Perseus of Greek mythology, who rescued the virgin Andromeda from the sea monster. Although the dragon episode is emphasized by Jacobus Vorangi and the Golden Legend, the actual life of the saint is so obscure and uncertain that he is listed among those reverenced persons whose acts are known only to God. He seems to have been martyred in Palestine, and there is some evidence that two men of the same name have been involved in the popular tradition. The thing that keeps, kind of tripping me up about the Arthurian legends and the sword and the stone is that there's an actual place in Italy with the sword in the stone. And so I keep looking through the Arthurian legends to sort of reference that place in Italy, and I can't find anything about it.
What's the place in Italy?
Crossover. It's in Tuscany. If you look up Sword in the Stone in Tuscany, you just find tons and tons of images. There was a saint there who was going to start an order, and he was sort of living out in the wilderness, and he was attacked by wolves.
Shit. Okay, yeah. I'm about to pull this up, dude. This is cool. And guys,
yeah, the whole story is nuts.
Y'all look at this, man. This is. I mean, what the fuck? Stop. Fucking StreamYard. I need to get on OBS, dude. Be able to navigate a lot better. Sword in the Stone, Tuscany. This is incredible. Maybe he was trying to start his own like order of Garter Knights, or maybe he was an original knight of Arthur's Round Table. Which when we read about the Round Table earlier in this book, you read how it's the head stone from like the Druids. Basically, Merlin provided it for him, this round table, and it was more or less like a fucking like portal almost. Like it had a very a lot of magical qualities to it. But this is fascinating. Has anyone ever tried to pull it out, or they just won't let them?
Well, it's covered by a thing, but yeah, the scientists that have gone in there and actually studied it are like, yeah, we don't know what the hell's going on with this thing.
Dude, let me try.
Yeah, and so the guy actually put it into the stone and took it out to sort of show people that, he was sanctified by God, but he was a monk up in the wilderness, and he got attacked by 2 wolves that bit onto his hand. Right. And so his hand was like lame after that point. But, while he was attacked, he was praying to God, and then the wolves, released him.
2
and
wolves?
So this guy, yeah.
Those are probably Odin's wolves.
Well, I don't know what was going on with it, but it sort of is reminiscent of the dragon idea. Like there's this sort of fight with this ancient beast or whatever. And so, yeah, just look into the Sword and the Stone. The story itself is just amazing. Like there's no explanation for it. They don't pay very much attention to it for no reason in particular. You'd think with all of this Arthurian stuff that there'd be more people interested in this, but it barely even gets out there.
Well, it's fascinating too. It's like not only like how do you get something out in that sense? How do you get this sword out? But how in the heck did they get it in?
Right. It was this miracle that he claimed, he was given this grace by, being saved from these wolves. And then he was able to do this. And it's actually in the middle of a church. So this entire Sword in the Stone was constructed. Well, it was there first, and then they built the church around it. Now the church is mostly collapsed. So it's like, how are people not, aware of this stuff, and they let it fall into disrepair? It's crazy to me.
Gary and Freki, those are Odin's wolves. His 2 wolves that he has, one meaning the ravenous and the other meaning the greedy. So
that kind of goes into Odinic legends as well. If you're able to beat the ravenous and the greedy, then you are, sort of chosen.
Exactly. Here, I'm gonna, or you're chosen to, bear this wisdom, right, or take on this certain Wodinic energy. We talked about it yesterday when we had Stein on a fucking banger episode. We got a lot of good episodes coming, guys. And hell, me and him, if we can get our times right, maybe we can have a little show we do where we read together. I don't know. A lot of good things to come for Grey Pill in the new year, everybody. Fingers crossed. All right. You want to keep reading, or?
Sure. So great was the skill of the medieval storyteller and poets that their narratives have come to be accepted as fragments of a sober history. Several ancient communities claimed, for example, to possess the Holy Grail. It was supposed to have been in the keeping of the patriarchs of Jerusalem in the 13th century and the Christians of the Constantinople at about the same time, claimed that it was in their keeping. In the cathedral at Genoa, the green dish in their or vessel is preserved, which, according to the medieval Genoese, was the sacred cup.
Genovese? Is that like
the
that
family?
reminds me of the Genovese family, who's connected to the it's either Medici or it's one of those Venetian bloodlines. Dude, and the Genovese family was the original, of the first 5 families in the United States. They brought that, like, in the La Cosa Nostra, and I'm not Italian, but from what I've seen, there's some occult aspects behind the initiations into that stuff, and that's their culture, right? Like, they swear to their God and their saints and stuff, and it's kind of, that's, I guess you could get into Catholic magic with that a little bit. I don't know. But I think it's a very ancient kind of initiatory school, the La Cosa Nostra mob. I think it was something that that's what it may have been, back in the old days in the old country before they came here, and everything, fell into materialism and whatnot.
It's very reminiscent of the Roman Empire and the ruling families of the Roman Empire as well. So all the senators came through that sort of bloodline connection there. So it's,
and as bad as the mob may have been, dude, like they had their neighborhoods controlled, like there wasn't really like crime unwarranted. I mean, you had your extortion and whatnot and your protection money, but as far as your kids were able to, play, I mean, later and as time progresses, you get into the 70s and 80s, and people, you got stray bullets and stuff. There's more gangs, right? Set up maybe by the government.
It's all of these, these mobsters had a folk hero status in their neighborhoods because they would do stuff that they were paid to do. The difference between the mob and the government. Right. Well, the difference is you get what you pay for when it comes to the mob, and you do not get what you pay for when it comes to taxes. So, choose which you would rather have ruling over you.
It's interesting, the crossover with some cultish groups and mafia organizations is there's seems to be, probably is certainly a mafia or Yakuza like group from every culture, right?
Absolutely.
That operates as kind of like the spearhead before the overt institutions show up. Often Russia famously so would have their mafia roll into Moldova before things started happening in other ways. Anyway, not that every other country doesn't do the same thing. It's interesting theme of
it's
humanity.
The same fear that these ancient warriors instilled into people when they would roll through town. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of that, and if you want to put Russia in it, like, you could relate that to the Rus, right? Like, that's where they get, like, when they would come and they'd fuck everybody up, dude. Like, because they had to live in these extreme conditions out in like Siberia and stuff, and I had to learn how to survive. And there were animals there, probably creatures there that there weren't anywhere else in that frontier. But you had other tribes as well that migrated further south from there. So I don't think we know enough. I wish we knew more about our Indo-European history. Or we talk more about it, right?
I wonder if you guys have looked into like the occult influences and story behind Rasputin, who was infamously hard to kill, right? He was
definitely channeling some crazy energy that was keeping him alive. He had a
what
purpose.
the Russians were doing back then, not him, but there was a group, and certainly it wasn't large, but they were like practicing cutting off appendages. And it wasn't just in Russia, but it would be a commitment to suffering, for godliness type of thing.
Let's see how Rasputin is. I'm pretty sure he was poisoned.
Oh yeah.
Shot multiple times, beaten, stabbed.
I think it was the drowning that got him. The drowning, his lungs
thrown in a river, and then he probably caught pneummonia or whatever, and
they say the
he was even castrated too,
or he drowned.
I don't remember that, but they say the autopsy determined that he was drowned after all.
He was having an affair with the Empress, right?
Possibly.
They assassinated him in the middle of a fucking dinner party. Like they tried to poison him, and he was just sat there, just I'm good. So they came over there and literally stabbed him. There needs to be a movie, because that scene right there would be, that'd be like some Red Wedding shit. Yeah,
there's so many good.
From what, Game of Thrones, Red Wedding.
Yeah,
that scene.
There's so many good.
Fucks with you when you first see it. You're like, God damn, dude.
Right. That's
how brutal it was back then, right?
There's so many great stories that they just refuse to hit up because they just don't fit into the same patterns that they want to use over and over again. So it's crazy. Like the 10,000 in Greece, like these guys who were mercenaries for the Persians, they they had to make their way all the way back to the Black Sea from Iraq as they're being pursued by this army that is just picking them off as they're going. This was the inspiration for what Alexander the Great did later. So all of these, awesome stories that inspired our ancestors is just, they're not present,
Well, we need to bring them back, dude. We need to bring that archetype and spirit back, Yeah. Or where does the future of our, people stand?
When it comes to the Grail, I always think of the Lycurgus Cup. Have you ever heard of the Lycurgus Cup?
No. You've mentioned it before, I think, but I don't think you've ever gotten into it.
Yeah, this was a Roman artifact. This Roman artisans made it. I got it pulled up at the bottom here, if you want to show them.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. Take that out.
So this was made of a mineral that would change colors based upon the light that was in it. And whenever I hear, and this is, Jupiter or Zeus fighting in the middle here. And this thing,
dude,
is just amazing.
That's incredible. I'd love to own something like that, dude. I would sit there all day and just look at it and just study it. It would just to hold something from that time. I'm getting kind of bricked up thinking about it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna come.
And they don't know how to recreate these, right? They don't know how to create this glass.
No idea how to recreate this. And this is
beautiful, man.
This is all carved out of a single mineral block. So they made this from something that was natural. And you could see the light coming through his body is different from the light around him. And I think this is in reference to the battle with the Titans, because no, not Titans. This was Typhon, because Typhon removed all of his sinews. And then it was Hermes that brought his sinews back so that he could continue fighting. So it's fascinating how they made this thing. And so when I hear Holy Grail, I think of this, and they have no idea how to recreate it or produce it. But they have all this stuff about it.
That's interesting. Hermes saved the day, much like Thoth does in so many stories.
Bingo.
Absolutely, dude. Crushing Typhon, bro.
Before we move on, I wanted to say something earlier. It's a little off topic now, but you guys were talking about the mafia and the mob and the government and shit. I think I might have mentioned it on my show once. I never really made a big deal out of it, but not to, it's going to get me anywhere anyway saying this. But I think it was maybe the first few months Trump was president. I think I might have even told Ellis this shit or said it on his show. Well, to give a backstory, my brother married somebody whose family owned a sanitation company in New York. So that should tell you right there what the fuck they were into. And it was also a family kind of owned. It was two brothers. About within 6 months of Trump being president. And he even mentions that one of the reasons why he picked the guy is because he knew that he knew of him because his sanitation company was picking up his garbage at Mar-a-Lago. He picked not the owner, but the other family member, the owner's brother. It made him the treasurer of the United States Postal Service. So you literally just took a mob member and put him in control of the money of the Postal Service. What the fuck is up with that? Like, I know that to be a fact because I know the fucking family, but nobody else would know this.
That's wild, dude.
Like, I legit, when my brother sent me the fucking article, because he was like, yo, you think this is getting into the White House? I want to go for a free tour. I was like, yo, you literally showing me this motherfucker just hired the mob and gave it the post office money. What the fuck?
I know you mentioned the cliche of the sanitation companies in the tri-state area, but also the cliche might cross over with real estate businessmen, right? That's right there too.
Also,
and
mattress firm. Something going on with mattress firm, dude.
That's got to be money laundering, dude. Yo, I was looking into that. You'll have more pop up under Visipedia than you'll even see like listed in a town. Like, there could be 3 of them in a town, but you're only going to find one building, like one store. But yet, like Visipedia will say there's 3 LLCs in different.
What are they hiding in those mattresses, dude?
There was a movie. I obviously it didn't go far, but a documentary about Trump and the Russian mafia. Which New York, like if your nation or institution has a mafia, your main outlet or one of your main outlets is in New York. I guarantee it. So like that he was dealing with one mafia is pretty, well recorded in a suggestive sense anyway. So if you're like that in New York, I bet he was probably working with others too.
Yeah, and then you have like Bugsy Siegel and Meyer Lansky. They kind of came in, and did they ever get in trouble? Who's that one guy? Schultz, Doc Schultz. The fucking the congresswoman. It's like her like great uncle. He was a fucking.
Well, bug out on this. Epstein. It's he was from Brooklyn, right? And in one of the emails, there is someone talking to him about the Epstein family and the Rothschild family working together to essentially exaggerate and enhance World War II. Before it started, I believe was the reference.
Yeah, dude. Dutch Schultz was a bootlegger based in New York City during the Bumpy Johnson era. Debbie Wasserman Schultz, the congresswoman. This is one of her, I think her like great grandfather. So like,
well, the Kennedy family were all bootleggers too.
He's Jewish, obviously. The
Ashkenazi,
German Jewish.
Yeah.
Probably Ashkenazi.
Yeah, but
so it's funny to me, the one word that doesn't
have
come
power
up
today. That's all I'm saying.
The one word that doesn't come up at all in reference to these Epstein files, it's the glaring sort of, thing in the room that they're not talking about, which is mafia. Right? Mafia has never come up but that's what they are. It's a mafia. It's a crime. It's syndicate. I mean, there's no better way to describe it. It's a crime syndicate that is engaging in mafia tactics, and they're extorting the government. So it is a crime network.
I just saw a pretty elaborate link on the Epstein Reddit about that, and referencing how many of these people were working for one dude that is predominantly known as this, I think, Israeli, and by extension some other, maybe even Italian too, but all over the place, and Israeli focused mafia.
Right. Well, Jewish mafia didn't get nearly as much attention as the Italian mafia. Everybody paid attention. Oh, mafia, that means Italian. But, Bugsy Siegel and all the rest of the stuff, all the people working for this Italian mafia are, well, they're Jewish, all the people keeping the books. So those were the Jewish mafia that started Hollywood too, by the way. It was Jewish mafia.
Yeah, dude, hold on. I'm about to blow you all
Which
mind.
goes to the whole conspiracy theory. It gets like that because it's muddy, I guess. But the connection between the Catholic and Jewish Jesuit kind of orientation, how they often work together, right?
Right. And if we could go back into the cup thing, so the Lycurgus cup is green on the outside, and then when you shine the light on the inside, it turns red. And what they were saying in there is that the cup of the Holy Grail was made from Lucifer's green jewel.
Yeah, we were actually about to pull that up here in a second. Read about it. It's funny you say that. I don't know if you saw that on the.
You could almost say that all of this Arthurian legend is sort of a reference to a mafia family.
I mean, there's some people that say that King Arthur may have been the bad guy. So great was the skill of the medieval storytellers and poets that their narratives have come to be accepted as fragments of a sober history. Several ancient communities claimed, for example, to possess the Holy Grail. It was supposed to have been in the keeping of the Patriarch of Jerusalem in the 13th century. And the Christians of Constantinople, at about the same time, claimed that it was in their keeping. In the cathedral at Genoa, a green dish or vessel is preserved, which, according to the medieval Genoese, was the sacred cup. The vase or basin, which once contained the royal blood, sangreal, of Christ, I guess, was supposed to have been carved from a gigantic emerald, which had once been the crest jewel of Lucifer. This glorious stone was struck from the helmet of the prince of the archangels by the sword of Saint Michael, the champion of heaven, during the conflict which followed the revolt of the angels. The shining green stone fell into the abyss of outer space, where it remained until it was recovered by the angels and fashioned into the Holy Grail. The Emperor Napoleon I, a realist in matters religious, took the green vessel from Genoa to Paris, where he had it chemically tested. The highly prized chalice proved to be green glass. The legend of the heavenly emerald is reminiscent of the account of the Smaragdine.
Ooh, Smaragdina.
Yeah.
Smaragdina. I don't know. Smaragdina tablet. Let's look this up.
Tabula Smaragdina. You love this one.
Let's tell me.
Yeah, the Smaragdine tablet. I might have actually covered that on your show.
I think we did.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of shows together, so
yeah, if it was one of those symbols or things, you realize how many we've done?
Well,
no, I'm saying out of those shows, we've actually done a lot. Like,
oh yeah,
that's why I can't even remember all the ones that I do.
Yeah,
sometimes to check.
The tablets of Hermes Trismegistus.
Okay,
yeah, Tabula Smaragdina.
Right.
They said it was made out of this green, emerald stuff.
Okay. Yeah. I got you. So, Smaragdina tablet, traditionally believed to have been discovered in the tomb of Hermes by Alexander the Great. Okay. Unfortunately, this hermetic emerald has proved as elusive as Lucifer's crest jewel, and sober reflection increases our admiration for the splendid inventions of the troubadours. They were indeed universally learned according to the measure of their times, for they drew upon a wealth of curious lore in the production of their wonderful and beautiful hero tales. The legends were received with sympathetic understanding by the bards and knightly orders of Britain. In the Vale of Avalon in Somerset, Western England, stands the ruins of Glastonbury Abbey. Here, According to the songs of the gentle singers, Joseph of Arimathea nearly 2,000 years ago brought the holy chalice, which is now said to lie buried beneath Glastonbury Tor. The abbey ruins represent the earliest Christian foundation in England. The first church was a little wattled building believed to have been erected by Joseph of Arimathea about AD 61. The great church later built upon the site, and all the monastery buildings were destroyed by fire in AD 1184. But rebuilding started immediately. In the year 1191, the bodies of King Arthur and Queen Guinevere were found on the south side of the Lady Chapel at Glastonbury. These royal remains were later placed in a black marble tomb close to the abbey. This tomb survived until the 16th century. Around the legends of the Holy Grail in England were developed the ritual symbols and emblems of the Order of the Round Table. The circle of knights gathered about the table, which was the mirror of chivalry, representing Jesus and his apostles at the Last Supper, which takes place in the King's Chamber. There is nothing to indicate in the Epic of the Round Table that the questing knights sought the Grail in the ruins of Glastonbury. Such inconsistencies, however, only reveal the unhistorical dimensions of the legend. From the Arthurian assembly, the mysteries of the Grail Kingdom passed to the Knights of the Garter, whose order represented the secret kingdom of the heroes. In a familiar form of the story, Joseph of Arimathea, accompanied by a small retinue, reached England in the 1st century AD. He brought with him the sister of Veronica, who carried the napkin impressed with the features of Christ. This napkin is the Vera icon, the true representation from which the name Veronica is derived. In recent years, efforts have been made to prove that the plain silver cup used by Christ and his apostles in the celebration of the Last Supper is enclosed within the great chalice of Antioch. This chalice, which was on exhibition in the House of Religion at the Century of Progress Exposition in Chicago, now rests in the vault of a bank in New York City, of course. Thus, it would appear that two cups are involved in this legend, thus it would appear that two cups are involved in the legend, one the chalice of the sacrament and the other the vase of the sacred blood. Interesting. The quest of the Holy Grail was the most important and most mysterious of the legends of the orders of chivalry. The knights of the quest were supposed to be seeking a cup guarded by angels, which usually appeared to the pure of heart in a circle of splendid light and song, and veiled with a silken cloth. The blood of Christ, ever flowing in the Grail, signified his true doctrine, and the cup which contained it was his esoteric school, the chalice of his adepts. The search for the Grail was the spiritual adventure of regeneration, and the trials and tribulations of the knights concealed under veiled terms the story of initiation into the spiritual mysteries of Christ. Well, but people want to deny the esoteric when really, that's if there's any meaning to that, that's the true, in my opinion. As von Eschenbach reports the legends, the Grail was also a miraculous cup of replenishment. So I think it's symbolic for a lot of things. This may have not been a physical thing. I think we all know this. The whole story itself could even be symbolic. It yielded all manner of food and drink, and all who hungered after righteousness were sustained by its bounty. This account is all the more remarkable when the same mystic poet states that the Grail was not a cup or vessel, but a stone. Hold on, I'm a little late on my no. Appropriate. But a stone. We may then think again of the Philosopher's Stone and the Hermetic Emerald. These several stories are fragments of one concept and must be so considered. We know that a division took place within the structure of the Christian communion at a very early date. The mystical sects, long nourished by Diana, the great mother goddess of the Ephesians, refused to accept the exoteric religion that rapidly laid claim to infallibility. Arthur Edward Waite wrote extensively on the orders of the quest. In one book, he attempted a survey of the entire field. Harold Bailey, after pointing out numerous inconsistencies in Mr. Waite's approach, advances his own conclusions with considerable solid scholarship. The hidden church of the Grail was more than a mere pre-Reformation Protestant motion. It was an esoteric fraternity, a secular mystical communion, a conviction that the quest for truth was possible without benefit of clergy. This lodge of initiates, dedicated to the perpetuation of the universal religion and driven into obscurity by the dominant religious and political faction, existed secretly for many centuries, subsequent to its disappearance from the sight of history. Get Candace Owens to read all that. Alfred Nutt, in his Legend of the Holy Grail, quotes Hellenadius, and then I fuck up. Headless, is this your guy? Hellenandus?
Hellenandus.
You know, do you know Hellenandus?
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him. Quotes Hellenandus, whose opinions reflect the esoteric cult of the Grail. Thus, Christ himself wrote the book of the Holy Grail, and save it not else but the Lord's Prayer and the judgment of the woman taken in adultery. From this, we may assume that the legends were held to be the most sacred tradition in Christendom and the true doctrine of Christ. So they are demonized, called like King Arthur's the Antichrist and all the, it's the spirit of the Antichrist and Satan. It is not hard to understand that a dominant church would oppose vigorously a sect claiming a spiritual authority superior to the apostolic succession.
Well, what's funny about the Lycurgus cup too is it shows Zeus or Jupiter on it fighting these ancient Typhonian demons, and what they're saying there is that the cup came from Satan, right? So they're kind of referencing the Lycurgus cup in there by saying, well, actually, the Lycurgus cup, this sort of miraculous thing in Rome, that was from demons, that was from Lucifer. So,
well,
you got to get that reference there.
All right. Let's see. We're almost done. We're almost done, guys. We can talk a little bit before we get out of here. Persecution, however, could not destroy completely the secret schools. Rather, it scattered the initiates, and in this way spread the very doctrines which it sought to eliminate. The bishops of the Grail Church had no distinguishing clerical habit. And between the 13th and 17th centuries, they were wanderers upon the face of the earth. Wherever they tarried, they drew to themselves oppressed liberals and sowed the seeds of spiritual and secular liberty. After the decline of chivalry, the initiates of the Grail Church made use of the guilds and the trade unions to disseminate their convictions. As times became more liberal, these survivors of an ancient faith found poetry, drama, literature, and music excellent means for spreading the gospel of an ideal human state. Shout out to all the bards and skalds out there. The confusion of modern living obscures the descent of traditions, but thoughtfulness will discover the facts. The glory of God, wrote Francis Bacon, is to conceal a thing, but the glory of the king is to find it out. And
I'm not gay no more. I am delivered. A white guy. I'm ready to kill.
All right. That was another Gods of the Morningwood, everybody. I think a pretty banger episode. Got a little heated, dude. Nick, whenever me and you were going on our rants earlier, the fucking chat was at like war, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit. I've never
like something completely different too.
Like YouTube, Rumble. I was like, bro, what the
all on like different topics, really, kind of.
It was this energies, the battling, the anger force. Headless, you should have been here.
Yeah, that was funny.
Something to behold. You would have been like, what's happening here? I was kind of laughing at it all.
Everybody's platform's on to bug out.
Yeah. I was like, hey, we're just asking questions.
I love that phrase.
Yeah.
right?
It's so
Hey,
good.
I mean, you can't deny it, dude. It's
Well, I mean, it automatically when you say we're just asking questions, it questions orthodoxy, right? Well, I'm just asking questions. Like, you're not supposed to ask questions. You're just supposed to believe. And so it makes some people really pissed off. And then other people are like, dude, these questions are stupid. What are you doing? So there's the dichotomy of mankind in that question is like, well,
weird.
There is such a thing as a stupid question. And the just asking questions part could be part of that trolling process. So it's, you've got a lot of the archetypal way that we live today sort of wrapped up in the phrase just asking questions.
It's very Socratic too, right? Because I think, pissed off a lot of people by asking what would be simple questions to get them to have to think. So he
Hey, Rat, thanks for letting me know. I appreciate it. 3 hours into the show. Were you a sleepyhead this morning? Were you a little sleepyhead? You little sleepy baby. You little baby rat. I'll quit fucking with him. We love Eamon. Y'all go over to Season of the Rat on Rumble. Subscribe to his channel and Subliminal Messenger. They are a part of Grey Pilled, as much as they like to deny it. I forced him into the
forced conversion.
Yeah, you've been forced into the secret order. Many of you have, and you don't even know it. So
that's why it's secret.
Well, hey, I mean, it's only secret because it will be, demonizing, and even though there's nothing dark or no aspects to anything we talk about that's promoting any dark practices or abandoning what you believe is your faith and going with this. It's like, do your own research, ask your own fucking questions. Don't get your information from some faggot on TikTok,
cosplay.
Yeah, man. Like there's, and these people on the mainstream, they used to push these narratives that, that didn't align with what a lot of people in the truth community kind of, the rhetoric that they've been kind of pushing and stuff that we think, and now they're aligning with us. It's like, I don't know if there's some kind of
watch the view counters. You
got there's something wrong there to where you need to watch the narrative and where they take it as far as, and y'all know who I'm talking about. I talked about it last night. We talked about Alex Jones earlier. I don't give a fuck. Ian Carroll, Candace Owens, all these people who came out. I mean, Ian Carroll, let's be honest, came out of
nowhere, man. Out
of fucking nowhere. 100,000, 200,000 subscribers. And that's great. I mean, if someone can make a living off of this, but what kind of information are you pushing? What will you not talk about? Why won't you come on like normal conspiracy podcasts? When you see these people won't interact with the actual truth community.
Yeah.
There's something to that. Where it's like, okay, you're an actor. You're hiding something. It's not transparent. I mean, dude, I'm as transparent as that fucking window right there. And I mean, all right, I try to be. I mean, to my detriment, probably, dude. Like, people are probably like, Jesus Christ, Joel, shut the fuck up. Or like, why are you talking about that? It's my show. I'll talk about whatever I want to. But hey, people know who I am, right? They don't have to go and do a background search on me and all this other shit. Like, I'll tell you flat out. And my ideas and all my theories, if you've watched Grey Pilled early on, you have seen these theories develop. You have seen me talk about things over a year ago that are now, people are getting thousands of views talking about and stuff. I have people on and like, the Moloch thing is one of them, right? I had Eddie on like 8 months ago, and I don't know. I see more people now have been, referring to it like they've done the research as well, and they can only find it being used as a type of sacrifice, right? But that's not what the narrative wants you to think. They want you to think it's a big scary monster coming in, that's elite going to sacrifice your children to.
Yo, stick around long enough, you'll see this happening even more and more, man. I mean,
right.
It's probably shit me, Headless, and Ethan have talked about. It's become like popular 2 years later.
Absolutely,
people
dude.
that are like came out of nowhere.
Well, yeah, dude, and pay attention. Like I was telling people, just pay attention and, you know, have discernment. It's very important to have discernment. Discernment's led me to where I am today. And I don't think there's any mistake in that. So, but what's up? Oh, we got another donation.
It's 333.
333.
Kabbalah Wobbler.
Illuminati.
Wobbler.
333. Dude, Sammy Hagar is just the worst. I love him.
Sammy Hagar. Oh, God, right? Sammy Hagar, Gematria.
Man, we watched the movie Mandy last night. I think I talked about it earlier. It's a great soundtrack, dude. Like I said, it's kind of like Manson-esque, hypnotizing in a way.
Jules, you might not have seen earlier, Subliminal Messenger shared this idea to look up the Sacro Catino.
What is that?
And the Sacro Catino, sacred bowl or something like that. And it actually is it resides and I believe made in Genoa. And it's this green emerald
yes. Let me share that
bowl. Very, very interesting.
Yeah, this is incredible, dude. What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Right? What the?
How old is that?
I didn't note that yet. But it's a very reminds me of the emerald tablet would be, and it reminds me of the cup that you just shared too, Headless.
Yes, I was going to say Headless. Yeah, all this that cup is very reminiscent of the Grail, right? Also, the Grail being symbolic of here. I'll pull this image up in a minute, but the Sacro Catino is an artifact preserved in Genoa in the Museum of the Treasure of the Cathedral of San Lorenzo. Is that Saint? Is that a certain saint, or is that I don't know? Maybe tradition has it. Tradition has it the authentic Holy Grail, or the simulacrum of the dish used by Jesus Christ during the Last Supper, brought to Genoa after the First Crusade by Guglielmo Ambrosio. I don't know how to say. I butchered his name. Sorry, bro. That's fascinating, dude. So yeah, there is this this green hue to it. It almost gives it this like magical. I mean, what almost it does. It gives it this magical aura, right? That's fascinating. Hold on, let me pull up this picture. I have a picture I can pull up real fast. We're getting out of here soon. What do y'all talk about on the trialogues?
Oh, pretty much anything. But what we try to do is bring it all back together in the end. And we always find that it fits back together. So we bring 3 topics. Usually Ricardo is talking about some ancient, archaeological discovery or some sort of, new acoustic discovery. And then Ethan, he's bringing stuff about Eastern wisdom and, all of this vast array of stuff coming through China and all the rest of that. And then what I usually bring is just my usual bullshit. And then we tie it all back together.
Here, this is what I was going to share. So this is a representation of the Grail in occult science of the body, which we talked about in the Occult Anatomy of Man. There's a treatise on the third eye. It's like 7 pages. I need to put that on the wheel as well.
Jules, how many people you got watching you on Twitter now?
On Twitter, 95, almost 100.
Oh, I said 93 on my fucking screen.
Yeah, and then a little over 40 on YouTube's, and then about 15 on Rumble. Yeah, Rumble, it'll get up to 40. I mean, I've had
I keep forgetting. I forget
100 people on Rumble at sometimes. You can always hook up the Rumble as well if you ever want to. You can add it on there, or
yeah, you gotta look at mine. I guarantee when you go in there and look in there, you'll be like, yo, this dude actually doesn't have a Rumble. Like, it doesn't show a Rumble icon and nothing. Not like yours. You showed me your screen. It's not like mine.
Well, look, my
yeah, like weird,
look, I pull up Rex's comment, or like, I don't know. Can you see your comments from Rumble in your chat?
No,
let me, dude. If I can,
if you can go in there and set it up, that's fine.
Yes,
I guarantee you, when you open it up, you might.
I just need you to set up a stream on Rumble and go and get the RTMP link.
Yeah.
Give that link to me, and then right under that in the settings, you will see API address. You give me the API address. Make sure you make it visible, and then copy it. Give it to me, and I'll plug that into the StreamYard.
I'll have you do that prior.
We'll do it. Yeah, we'll do it after the show.
No, I'm saying like the day when we go live or some shit. Next time you come on the show, I'll have you set it up right before.
What's up?
Next time you come on, I'll have you set it up right before.
Yeah. Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Just let me know. Like I said, I'm off work this week, so.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
The Holy Grail is the womb. Womb in French is matrix. Interesting. Dude, Andrew Tate has made me hate the fucking word matrix. Like he uses it to a nauseating extent. It's like, fuck, man. Can you stop?
Matrix is killing me.
Use another fucking word, dude. Like, I don't know. Just stop saying the Matrix every fucking sentence. Like, it's annoying, and the way he says it, it's just like, shut up.
Do you guys know what that first bone right under the skull is called? The one that's holding everything up?
No.
That's the Atlas bone.
Oh, shit.
So it's like Atlas holding up the world on his back. Wow.
Well, Atlas didn't hold up the world. He held up the sky. And the sky was the form of Greek memory because all of the stories were put up there in constellations. So Atlas is holding up the knowledge of the universe.
That's beautiful.
That's like Hanuman does a similar thing too, the monkey god of in Vedic cosmology.
Really?
Believe
fascinating. So. But yeah, so the esoteric interpretation of the Grail being connected with our, the spinal fluid and all that stuff, which has to do with Christmas and all sorts of things, right? Like there's so many myths that it's all centered around this central theme, right? Of our, and that's where we had the emanating light come out of. That's where the depictions of Christ and the saints and angels and they have their halo, and that's the aura coming from our neck. There's something special about protect your neck, right?
Get into aura viewing. It's so easy. Just practice with trees. Go out there and look at the negative space.
I could practice, or like I could go out there and do it today.
Yep.
The cup makes me think of the bag too, because it symbolizing volume, right? Especially in relation to tarot, you have the swords, wands, or staffs, and the coins, and the cup. For the cup being the fourth dimension, the volume, right? The sword for the point, the staff for the line, the coin for the plane, and the cup is kind of the totality. It could be the universe, it could be the sun, could be all of it, kind of thing.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, that goes with the golden rays of the sun as well. The crowns of the kings, they were emanating on people's heads. Like it's we can get into certain crowns. Some kings had oak crowns and other crowns made of other things, wherever they received messages from their gods. But anyway, all right. Well, guys, we spun the wheel for next week. I already forgot what we landed on. Aquarian Gospel, and I don't know. Mysteries of the Druids. Let's fucking go. By W. Winwood Reed, who I looked it up, and he's not a Christian author, so this is coming from the perspective of someone who I think is more not an atheist, but more of an agnostic, maybe a deist.
It was the Romans that really wiped out the Druids' native practices. So there's an even deeper sort of religious warfare going on between the native Britons and the Romans.
It was back when it was Britannia,
right?
And the Gauls. Yeah, dude, that was that was pretty wild. There's a show I think that kind of depicts that time, dude. It's fucking crazy. The Druids were wild, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they were trying their hardest to, summon all the, all their gods' fury, all the fury of the gods, right? To counter the Romans' gods, because I mean, was that when the Romans were still pagan?
Yeah. This was Julius Caesar wrote about the Druids of all people. So
wow, did he call them Draughts, or did he call them Druids?
I'm not sure. I'd have to look at the original Latin, but yeah,
Draught
the whole
is where
thing,
the name, or oak,
right. Well, the whole thing there was that they wanted them to syncretize with the Roman gods. And it was within that syncretism that they were losing that distinctiveness. And a lot of Roman authors actually pointed that out as like, well, you're actually taken away from them by adding in all the Roman stuff. But this is how they plan to conquer the island, is by religious syncretism. So
it seems like that's the game plan of, that's a tale as old as time.
Right.
Yeah, man. All right.
And I was thinking about this too, actually, because of your recent show, the Headless and Jewels that you did on the Rustic Gods, the most recent one. I was thinking of how esotericists, or people that study the occult, if you will, like to unite and correspond things to bring education and enlightenment, if you will, whereas all these devious bastards like to do it in a format, as you just pointed out, to trick and con people into being more base and more unrefined. So it's the contrast again all the
absolutely
time, right?
Yep.
And it's real hard to tell the difference between the two.
Like I said, have discernment, man. You'll be able to, people need to look at things, from without bias, right? From a not from a secular point of view. I think that I don't know. I think it's good to. I think you can find truth in everything if you look at it a certain way, and so
I think the importance of syncretism is to always include a disclaimer, because that's the difference between, a lot of this new agey stuff where they include 0 disclaimers and they're like, this is that. And it's like, well, I see what you're doing there, but
on one level,
right. Having the disclaimer changes everything.
And to that, to compliment Headless and Nick, that was a really cool correspondence building on the sun cycles that you guys did to supplement.
That's weird, right?
Supplement the other one. If people haven't seen that, definitely check it out.
Yeah, that was fucking weird as shit.
Yeah.
Damn, the moon cycle.
Interesting.
Big time. Big time. These are primary forces in the universe, and I think a lot of people just sort of pass it up.
Or they misinterpret. They're fed, there's a complete subversion. I was talking on the Veritas Road last night about, all these European themes from our ancient cultures that they put in these horror movies, more specifically A24. And people go like, oh yeah, look what, it's like, well, look who owns A24, right? And it's just, again, the bastardization of our culture through the lens of someone who hates you. So believe it if you want. I don't know about that. It's like when you get back to the whole question everything but this kind of, and I just it's never really, sat well with me. So.
Well, it's like Kratos. Have you ever played Gods of War?
No, one game I haven't played. I am gonna go probably play Valhalla here in a minute.
Oh shit!
Oh, then you get to drink and go to Jotunheim and like fight fucking ice giants. It's actually pretty cool.
So
it's really cool.
Again, Kratos is branded as this sort of like ancient Greek game and whatever, but really all you're doing is slaughtering all the ancient Greek gods. And then in the sequel, they slaughter all the Celtic gods, and now they're making a TV show of it. And it's like, wait, So the only kind of paganism we're allowed to have in the mainstream is all about slaughtering and killing all the old gods. So is this really what they claim it is? And clearly it's not.
That's why I'm terrified for them to make a Volsunga Saga adaptation. Right. The only way they would be able, I mean, still, even then, that was made by Metro Goldwyn Mayer.
Right.
Vikings was, right? And so, I mean, but if a studio like that was to make the Volsunga, I think that they would do it justice.
I don't think they expected Vikings to do as well as it did.
Dude, look, well, the Volsunga Saga is the predecessor to Vikings, dude. I mean, they would have to use Scandinavian actors. They would have to, there couldn't be a black Sigurd. I would fucking jump off my roof. Like, no, like, seriously, I would be like, what is happening? This is the end of the world right here. How dare you? Right. It's enough they did it to Heimdall, but fuck me, oh, God. If you were to portray a Volsung as just some, like, I don't know, guy from Thailand or something, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, what the fuck is going on?
It can't really be ignored.
It has to be a redheaded fucking
Midsummer, right? That movie too was just totally made up, and the guy just used all of the iconography to kind of and then shit all over it. It's like, well, what's the point? This is the only culture that they're allowed to do that to. So I guess that's the demoralization campaign.
It had better potential. Like, he could have actually
right.
There's done that well.
Mystical aspects that he could have gone into. He could have gone into dreams. He could have gone into all this other stuff. But no, it's all about human sacrifice, which is not what they were doing. And he just, I made it up.
Yeah. Oh, don't forget putting pubic hair in pies too.
Everybody was killing their enemies or sacrificing their enemies in front of their enemies as a form of, intimidation, dude. That was a common thing in warfare.
Do they pray before they do the human executions inside of the jails? Do they give like a prayer or something?
I think they do, don't they?
They give like a last, what's it called?
Last rites or something?
Last rites, yeah.
So it is, the same level of human sacrifice that the Norse were doing.
You get a last supper?
I think
you get your last rite. Holy shit.
I think it's up to the person, right, who's being executed what they want, but you're right.
Right. And then don't they wash you or something beforehand? Like how, the anointment or something, or like, they have to make you wet. So the machine fries you.
Oh yeah. No, they dampen the spots.
Yeah. They put a sponge on your head.
That's similar to the anointment of, the crucifixion and all that. Yeah. Yeah.
In the Torabolium too, what they would do before they sacrifice the cows is they would drop water on the head of the cow to get the symbolic acceptance, right? So the cow would bow its head as you're dropping water on it, and they're like, he's nodding in acceptance. So now we can carry out the rite. So
Nick, it seems like every time we hit a nerve, he starts telling
us. The thing is, you don't know if he's about it. Before he was actually arguing with people in chat. It had nothing to do with those.
Oh, okay, someone.
Yeah, but he was still spouting. I mean,
he's okay. He's okay to be here. He's fine.
I put him in timeout.
He could be the dissenting voice and the dissenting mod. He's a good guy. We still like you. Start up the grill. What are we grilling today?
I don't know. Pig. Go roast a pig in front of a synagogue.
I'm fucking hungry.
Let's see. I was gonna say, I got a show later today. Maggots in the Media will be on.
Oh shit, that's right.
That's 4 hours.
Episode 133.
Episode 133. It's gonna be a good one. Brandon knows it. Yeah, very excited to have our fellow reject on.
He's a good dude.
Yeah, he is. He is. I love the introduction, like the fucking intros that he does.
Oh yeah. I will say though, I'm giving him what to read. He doesn't make those up.
Well, he
does them very well though.
Yeah, he's very good at wording them.
No, believe me, I will have him probably do more in the future. But yeah.
Hey Corey, Happy Souls Day, man. y'all get outside and soak up some of the sun. Did that sun go away? I don't know. It's like hot and cold here. It's weird. Weather's weird here in Mississippi. It always is. This place is its own hell. But y'all got any shows today? Y'all got anything?
No, I got some guy coming out tomorrow.
Unfortunately, I had that dentist appointment tomorrow, so I will not be streaming tomorrow.
Let me see. I can tell you right now what we got going on the next 2 days. I got Cyrus Ryan coming on, and that's something to do with like astral travel and meditation. Then we got Tuesday. This is the one that I would mention to you in Headless, and Ethan, if you can make it. But I know Headless might really like this one. Eric Arcadian, Fluid Condensers, Unlocking the Mysteries of Gold, Alchemy, and Magic. Okay. So, yeah. And then Wednesday, I got Sky Mathis coming on at 6 o'clock. And then at 9 o'clock, we got Blath Arcane. I'm probably fucking that name up, but he's been covering the fucking Epstein files pretty fucking good on Instagram. And he's kind of like blowing up from it. So I'll try to grab him to come on the show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll see if the wife wants to join me. Come on.
Yeah, that would be a fun one.
Yeah,
for sure.
Cool. Besides tonight at 4 o'clock, I have Aeon Bite coming on Thursday.
Oh yeah,
I
got him Friday like a fucking idiot.
Then you have him Friday. Hey man, I mean that's an Occult Reject show Friday.
Yeah, we're gonna try to have some Gnosticism out of him.
Well, I'll try to show up to that one too. I don't know, my wife may be like, "Wait, you had this guy on yesterday, and you're going to talk to him again today?"
If I knew that, I would have actually done that. I would have waited a week or two.
Got to pick and choose my streams sometimes, dude. Like I wish I could show up to every one. I'm hoping by this time next year that will be a possibility. So, guys, put y'all's plugs in. Let's start with Nick and Headless, Ethan, and then I'll end it.
Yeah, the Occult Rejects, BitChute, Rumble. I really don't load to BitChute anymore. Rumble, YouTube, all major podcasts, the Occult Research Institute.org. You can find a lot of shit over there that Ethan posts. So check that out. And we got Plato episode 2 coming out this week for people. It's one of my solo shows. So check that out. That's coming out Friday. Thank you.
Awesome. So you can find me at the Headless Giant on Twitter and Instagram and on YouTube as well. And I'm looking forward to getting AI involved in remote viewing. So I got a lot of people interested in that.
Remind me about this, please.
Yeah. So it's going to be an interesting time. We've done remote viewing shows in the past. We're going to get back into it, and we're going to see if AI is better than the audience and the panel members when we're doing remote viewing. So it's going to be an interesting time. We found fast Fourier transforms can be used to do remote viewing through AI. So we're going to try and incorporate that a little bit. So check it out.
Fascinating, dude. I got to check that out.
Yeah, remote viewing is such a cool concept, and so many neat things from it. To get AI involved to be another level. Mm-hmm. Ethan Indigo Smith on all the social media, easy to find, writing on sacred geometry often and other philosophical, esoteric ideas. And appreciate you guys so much. And reach out, please do so.
All right. Well, guys, this was a great episode. And Rat, you are excused for not showing up today. It's okay. You'll be here next week. I know it. I had to move the days because of the show yesterday. But if y'all haven't, go check out episode 132 yesterday. Stein Fox from the Great Horn Pagans came on. I talked about the Valispa and the sagas. Talked a lot about the Odinic energy, runes. I'm gonna get Zarelath on to talk about runic magic, and so how to interpret them better, and a little bit more about them. But go check out that episode. Nick was there. It was a banger.
Yeah.
And then last night went on the Veritas Road. You can go and check that episode out too. Heater. Shouts out the boys over there at the Veritas Road, John and Carson. See a lot of stuff coming in the future with them and Gray Pilled. But yeah, if you want to follow me over on X at Graypill Pod, Graypill _podcast on Instagram when I do post over there. And then over on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, because I'm not allowed to have a speaker. And then Rumble, YouTube. Get me past 1,000 on YouTube, please, so I can start doing some super chats. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
And then I'm almost to.
How much do you have? How many subs you got over there?
Let's see. Let's go to YouTube.
Oh, then you still need, I think, 4,000 watching. I don't know if you have that.
Wait, what?
But yeah, it's fucking ridiculous, dude. It took me a year to get monetized. Over a year.
It's going to take me way longer.
Yeah, I mean, because especially if I at first, like, fuck, 4,000 watch hours.
962.
Then
again, like I said, dude, there's
close. Get them.
There's people that have tried to find me on YouTube and they can't find my channel. So I don't know what's up with that, but almost to 1,000 on YouTube and on Rumble. So that's cool.
I mean, how many people do people go and follow and never watch anyway? Just go over there and smash the button regardless.
There you go.
Yeah, I probably watched like 5 people and probably sub to 200.
If you don't do it for me, do it for Nick. Also, patreon.com/Grateful Podcast. You'll be able to find this episode and many more like it only over there. That this will go private later today. Probably soon. I'll probably do that soon. I don't need to keep it up for too long. Spoil people. Rumble creator. Yeah, but then I have to do like 30
Oh, God. Yeah, don't you have to pay for that too?
On Rumble Studio, which is I'll have to move everything from my StreamYard that I do onto the Rumble Studio. If I had more time, I would, right? But King of the Druids, there you go.
It's ending, Mickey.
And then it's ending, Mickey. We've been on for almost 3.5 hours. It's Gods of the Morning Wood, and we're getting into the afternoon. So, but yeah, guys, and go over to.
Wasn't thinking of Viagra this morning.
Yeah, well, we shared
3.5 hours.
I was showing. Let me show Headless. This one guy who's definitely a god of the morning wood, who I reposted yesterday. Headless may know him. I don't know. I said definitely a god of the morning wood.
Oh, yeah,
dude. I mean, yeah, that's their new. Yeah. I figured. The horns are a little too long to be pan.
You can hang some Christmas ornaments off that thing.
Yes, you could. You can hang a whole damn wreath.
That's a whole tintinabulum going on.
Yeah, dude. I was gonna say, man, the fashionist, the tintinabulum. Yeah. So full circle on Gods of the Morning Wood.
Jules was fascinated by that.
I loved it. I want one, dude. I can't help it. I now want one. Call me gay if you want. I don't know.
Fascination.
Yeah, fascinated.
Oh, why that cracks me up.
Yeah, guys, here, I'm going to pull this up. Y'all go over. If you want some merch, I think you can get it over here. I'm about to put it in order. And hopefully it's not like error this, because that's what happened at first. I think someone tried to order. But got the new Purple Hand of Sabazius shirt.
Oh, shit. Sabazius.
It's pretty cool.
The OTO's
Hand of Grey Pilled coming soon. Got a Hand of Grey Pilled getting sketch. Love you, subby. This Grey Pilled hoodie I really like. I'm going to get a black one or a tan one. Just has the logo on the front. And then thank you, Doc Brown, for putting that. He basically made this.
Oh, nice.
For me. Yeah. It's like a little different, kind of, different than that. But then I have some stickers, coffee mugs,
fucking coffee
shirts. Let's see, what's this? Elohim Etymology shirt.
Not bad.
Yeah, and then this on the back,
I like that thing on the back.
Inky and his son and his sister wife. She's represented as the cow. Here's one of the Volsunga saga. Yeah, nobody, Gods of the Morning Wood. I'm going to be making more Gods of the Morning Wood shirts. This hoodie, this is a pretty cool hoodie from the intro. Yeah, so some stuff on there. Got the original Grey Pilled Oddfellows design. R.I.P. Cody. So yeah, the guy who used to host Schizo with me long ago, me and Nate. He made that design for me.
He made it?
Yeah, man. I haven't talked to him in
He's the one to put the Freemason thing in there?
a year and a half. Yeah. He was he was always dealing with a lot of shit, and then me and Nate just lost touch with him. So I don't know. We assumed that I hope he found help and got better, but I don't know. Yeah. But he always, if you go watch the old Grey Pill episodes, you can see him. He's a funny motherfucker. Dude would eat LSD and come on the show.
Oh fuck!
Wild man.
Yo, I had a guy on my show.
Kid would be there at the same time. Like it was just like, what are you doing, brother? And just didn't hear from him. Isaac from Organite. He was friends with him. They basically lived close to each other, and he didn't hear from him anymore either. Neither did Nate. Nate lived like an hour from him. And so, yeah, man, sad. It's sad. But it, is what it is.
Yo, I had, there was a show that was even premiering while I was on with you on my own channel. And one of the guests on that show that dropped today, he mentioned that at the end of it, he said that he actually forgot about the show and he had 8 shrooms that morning. And then someone reminded him about the show, and he said it was the first time he ever podcasted fucking high on shroom. Yo, and I had zero. My opinion, you wouldn't even have fucking known until the guy said something.
Is that the 8th circuit?
Yeah. It was the older guy too.
That's incredible, dude.
Yeah. I was like, what? Yeah, I was like, I think he's somebody that could have been Timothy Leary or some shit.
Thank you guys for donating.
He had conversations with and still didn't even drop acid with him or anything. I was like, fuck, I don't know.
Don't encourage me, dude. Thank you guys for donating on the Occult Rejects YouTube. Also, thank you, Stacks, for that donation earlier. I appreciate that, man. You got us a little closer.
Over and sub on this shit, too.
Maybe we will hit it tonight. Who knows? If we don't, we don't. We're getting closer to hitting the monthly goal, so that's a plus. And it helps out the show a lot. So if I don't see y'all later, guys, fear nothing, question everything, and stay gray-pilled. Peace.
We got Jules from Grey Pill Podcast joining us tonight as well. What is up, Jules? You're muted, bud. Sorry, you're muted. He's like, fuck, I gotta start all over again.
Oh, thank you, Nick. I'm always muted.
Jules, you crushed it. Thank you so much for coming on.
Let's bring in Grey Pill. Sir, how are you?
What's going on, man?
Do you know what an egregore is?
And all of a sudden, she's saying things that start to make less and less sense to me.
You have this legacy now as the handsome faggot.
Buy a Phrygian cap, fear nothing, and question everything, guys.
Yes.
Stay grateful. Inky wasn't directly his son, since he was an egg birth and came from like an asexual reproduction.
Best way I can put it is she shapeshifted into a reptilian.
Did you say egg?
Yeah.
She grew like almost a couple of feet tall, turned green, scales, big ass teeth, yellow eyes. Dude, I practically shit myself.
Hey, we're conspiracy theorists here, guys. This is Grey Pill. This isn't Timcast.
Yeah.
Okay. Good morning and welcome back to the Grey Pill Podcast. I am your host, Jules, the Mississippi Mystic, the Elohim etymologist, the sound scientist. Guys, be sure to like the stream. Don't be a faggot.
I look behind me. There's like this 6 foot tall reptilian in my ex-girlfriend's nightgown chasing me down the hall. You don't love me anymore. The sky outside was blood red, and I'm like, oh shit, did I die?
Animalistic, carnal nature that's inside of you. It's keeping it at bay, right? It's stepping on Typhon as Hermes.
It's the Grey Pill Podcast, dropping jewels with jewels on the Grey Pill Podcast. Time to school all these fools on the Grey Pill Podcast.
Welcome to the Grey Pilled Podcast.